saint, but I sin. I checked in the game, and when I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins, and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend a night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Temporary feelings mixed with temporary pleasures. All these temporary moments and these temporary treasures. Temporary circumstances to temporary measures. Temporary friends and even temporary schedules. Temporary smiles and temporary goals. Temporary women sliding on temporary poles. Temporary comments and temporary trolls. I just pray that God bless me. Ain't no temporary souls. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game, and when I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins, and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend a night, she pack a bag, right to me.
All right, chat. What's up, Lori? What's up, Sunset? What's up, Big Deesh? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? What's up, Mama Money? What we doing? Let me find the let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Yeah.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Okay. Sound about right.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
All right, chat. Let's see where we at, man. Y'all ready? All right. Y'all locked in? Y'all locked in? Y'all ready? Oh, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We got Candace returns and declares war. I'm stuffed up, bro. I'm stopped up, bro. Hold on. Let me try that again. Candace returns and declares war. New text messages released. Tyler Robinson, private trial. And what's next, man? I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative, Marxist, fascist, alien, NPC. Get your ass in here. We finna have them conversations tonight. So call your auntie, uncle, or your cousin. Tell them plug live. And he running his mouth, man. Listen, y'all. We gonna make it through, man. We gonna make it through, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We got an action-packed episode, of course. We got Candace Owens declaring war against TPUSA. We got Spanberger and Jones election against Earl Sears and Myrez. Man, we know that Jones has Jay Jones is the one that got caught with the text messages calling for the assassinations of his political opponents and their children, man. So they flipped him. He's now down. And we got the NAACP backing Spanberger instead of Earl Sears. A lot of people are upset that the NAACP is not backing the black candidate, man. I want to know how y'all feel about that. Also, we got LAPD in LA. The skateboarders was going crazy out there in LA. What else do we got, man? We got a couple more miscellaneous clips, man. We got a murder for hire plot against Pam Bundy. They had a 50 ball on Pam head, man. $45,000 bounty on Pam Bundy. We gonna cover Black Rock buying up the homes and selling them to themselves to increase the median home price in certain areas. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We got an action-packed episode. La, you got the plain lays ready? We in intro mode, baby. Where that baby go then?
my bed. Wait till I give her a spread. I'm a master with the head. Don't let these social fool you. These niggas broke, I know that they ain't bought it. Ain't got no car but talking shit. Okay, then little walkie-talkie. Told that bitch to come home. I ain't got time for no bitch that's healing. Puff the blood, she called me daddy. And I'm screaming out no dick. I'ma make sure that she come. I'ma fuck her good with my tongue. I know the night is still young. So baby, let's get it in. I know just how she like it. Tonight she spicy, she added a friend. They ain't identical, but they fuck alike. So in the bed, I call them twin. I call them twin. Bed, I call them twin. Bitch, and shoot a shoot. 1 + 1 = 2. What you tryna do? Go back for back, check a swoop for swoop. Either way it go, I'm on. Either way it go, I'm gone. Brody them just got like 100 on 'em and they tryna get them gone. What you call it, that wet? What's the name? And he put it in his song. Brody them got the purest powder, it's pink, you know this shit is strong. No diddy. I'm the type of nigga that turn my bitch up in each city. Brody cut out, we celebrating, we hit the gritty. I'm feeling like a baby, I'm trying to get that milk up out them titties. It's no question who young and the latest. If you want your bitch, then when she talking, hear her. If I want the bitch, I'm going Pittsburgh. Still her. I keep some on the side, I don't have trust in just the main bitch. Suck me up while I'm driving like damn, I'll die by this lane switch. Shit, different type of free, so we ain't never got a tussle. Throw it back like Miss London, the sum of your life be hustle.
Oh man, double tap the screen, shut a live out. Lori, thank you, Lori. Look, chat. We got Vicks Vapor Rub plug in the building, man. I had to go get a little bit of that Vicks, man. Get it together, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. XX, what it do? H Buster, what it do? I don't know if Caroline talked today. Joe Nathan, what it do, Joe Nathan, man? We finna get straight into it, chat. Y'all be sure to go follow the X account if you have not followed us on X, man. We're gonna get straight into it. California, man, they said that the skateboarders out there is going crazy in California, man. They said they destroyed a Waymo. Let's look how they treated that Waymo out there. Y'all know the Waymo is a driverless taxi, man. Let's see how they treated that Waymo out here in Cali. I'm not gonna lie, some of these people don't look grown. Some of these people don't look grown, chat, and I'm going to tell you, if a video circulated out there like this and my parents seen me out there getting up these cars and shit like that, oh, that would have been my ass. That would have been my ass, chat. I'm not going to lie. Some of these people probably are grown, but those that aren't grown, where is the parents, man? Why is your kids out here doing it? All the YNs. Just look at all these YNs. See, that's what I tell y'all. Y'all think YNs is just black kids. Nah, these are YNs right here. This is some YN shit. I don't see no black kids out there really. Maybe one light-skinned dude. But these are YNs, chat. These are definitely YNs. Thank you, Big Niche. Their ass going to jail. This how y'all cut up in LA? This in LA, Leland. Damn, they put a hole in the hood. I don't think I ever seen a car get a hole put in the hood. They put a hole in the hood of that bad boy, Chad. I'm not gonna lie. What do y'all think it took to put a hole in the hood? I don't think I've ever. It's like they finna have a motor coming up out that thing. What the hell is going? How is it a hole in the hood?
You heard what he said. The riot cops are coming in. If you don't like rubber bullets and batons, go home, baby. Watch the Gunners lose. I mean, win. What? Oh, yeah, they're grouping up over there.
Nah, that's a Waymo. That's a Waymo. I don't know if Google runs Waymo or not, but it's the driverless taxi. It's the driverless taxi. I guess it's for anti-ice. I see some Mexican flags out there. Hold on, let me see. Y'all see the Mexican flag? Somebody just told on Aiden, so now we know Aiden ass was out there. So look, Aiden, whoever you was with just told on you. I don't even know you, but I know little Aiden ass was out there. So if you have a child named Aiden, his ass was out there, and you might want to go ask him about it, cause little Aiden ass might be in trouble. All right, chat, let's move on. What is this? Oh yeah, this is at a 7-Eleven. Man, this woman trying to run her ass over. She ain't got no shoes on. This woman trying to run her ass over. How would y'all have handled this, chat? How would y'all have handled if they was trying to run you over like this? She spun again. What y'all gonna do, chat, if they try to run you over like that, man? Multiple times. She spun through 3 different times, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal, man. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna have to go blow my damn nose again, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Alright, Chad, we finna get into this clip.
A few weeks ago, allegedly, BlackRock just bought 50,000 homes at $300,000 each, then sold 3 to themselves for $700K. Your neighbor's value just doubled overnight. You can't afford to live there anymore. They're stealing the American dream because BlackRock step one, how they do this, they identify middle-class neighborhoods with growth potential, right? Step 2, they buy hundreds of homes in cash, 20 to 30% above asking price. Imagine being that guy putting your shit on listing and it's like, oh no, we'll buy it for 30% more. I ain't saying no to that. I'm out that neighborhood. Imagine the HOA screwing you over and you're like, ha ha, I'm out of here. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, peace.
Step 3, regular families can't compete with unlimited corporate cash. Why? Because step 4, once they control enough inventory, they sell a few homes to shell companies that they already own. Step 5, those inflated sale prices become the new market rate. Step 6, your property taxes, and this is where it gets crazy. Your property taxes triple based on these fake sales. So the family that saved for 10 years to buy their first home, outbid by a corporation with infinite money. The elderly couple who owned their home for 40 years, forced out by property taxes they can't afford. Meanwhile, and this is where all the good money comes in for them, BlackRock rents these homes back to the same families they priced out. The rent is $2,500 monthly. The former mortgage payment would have been $1,800. They created the problem.
All right, real estate agents, question for you.
Crazy, man. crazy. Say they just allegedly bought about 50,000 homes, man. We got a couple more clips before we get into that Candace, man. I am a little bit sick, so y'all bear with me, man. I am a little bit sick. I would tell y'all to pray for me, but I don't know who everybody be here praying to. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
I have finally made the decision that we are going to put our 4 kids up for adoption. So if anybody's interested, let me know.
So this woman says she finna put her 4 kids up for adoption so she can focus on her marriage. She finna put her 4 kids up for adoption so she can focus on her marriage. Y'all let me know, chat.
So after a lot of back and forth, my husband and I have finally made the decision that we are going to put our 4 kids up for adoption. So if anybody's interested, let me know. We feel like we didn't have enough time together before we started having kids, and we're going to sell our house, and we're just going to travel and, just get to know each other better. Our kids are just they're in the way, and we don't get to do anything. We're just stuck at home all the time, and all of our money goes into our kids, and it's expensive, and we just can't afford that. So we're going to put them up for adoption. We're going to sell our house. We're going to get an RV, and we're just going to travel together. So follow our journey if you want to see how that goes.
Hell no, man. Hell no. I believe her, Chad. I'm not gonna lie. Some people might not believe that shit, but I believe her, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely believe her. There's some motherfuckers out here, man. We just seen that woman that she unalived her 4 kids because she said she didn't have any help. Drowned like 3 of them and did something to her other one. She unalived her 4 kids, so putting them up for adoption don't sound too far-fetched to me. Crazy.
Here, and another threat of political violence in America, the FBI making an arrest in a chilling murder-for-hire plot targeting Attorney General Pam Bondi. We are learning brand new details at this hour. Welcome back as America Reports heads into hour 2. I'm Sandra Smith in New York.
Scary stuff, Sandra. I'm John Roberts in Washington. The 29-year-old Minnesota man is accused of putting out a $45,000 hit on the Attorney General. It all started on TikTok when a post with the bounty started going viral before setting off a swift federal investigation.
And the suspect's rap sheet is long, and his online activity reveals ties to anarchist symbolism and anti-government literature.
Our Justice correspondent David Spunt live here in Washington. What else are we learning, David, about the suspect?
Well, John, he is charged with threatening Attorney General Bondi in a TikTok post. According to authorities in this affidavit that we just saw a couple of hours ago, unsealed recently, he allegedly offered a $45,000 bounty. In the post, there's a photo, and this was on TikTok, a photo of the Attorney General with a sniper red dot, and it reads, "Wanted Pam Bondi, reward $45,000, dead or alive, preferably dead." That's a quote. He is in custody. Additionally, his TikTok page had anarchist symbols, according to the affidavit filed. The affidavit reads, quote, "Additionally, the suspect user's TikTok page had a link to an anarchist FAQ book pinned to his page. According to open source research, as well as based on your Defiance training and experience, anarchism is a political philosophy and movement that seeks to abolish all institutions that perpetuate authority, coercion, or hierarchy, primarily targeting the state and capitalism." Now, FBI agents John and Sandra from Detroit, Michigan received a tip from someone who was on TikTok, noticed the post in their feed, then reported this post. The FBI worked with Google, Comcast, and TikTok to find this guy. Google helped with IP logins, IP locations. They also were able to find his email. Now, according to the affidavit, he has a multi-state criminal history, as you mentioned, including a 2022 felony stalking and domestic assault misdemeanor charge. We reached out to the Justice Department. So far, we're being told no comment.
Man, so they came after this man for a TikTok post, man. He made a TikTok post saying he had a 50 ball on Pam Bondi, and they came and got his ass, man. All right, chat. We got like 2 or 3 more clips. This is CC's Pizza in Cleveland, Ohio, man. How do y'all feel about this?
This is Little Caesars off of Fall Parkway. This is how they do handle the dough. I would not order. They have no gloves, and this is how they handle their fucking dough. This
Look at him stuffing the dough in the tub.
Check this shit out, man, y'all. This is insane. I have never in my life. Look at this shit. It's on the fucking carpet and shit.
On the dirty carpet.
Guys. Oh my God. I cannot believe the Little Caesars off of Paul Huff in Cleveland, Tennessee.
Y'all damn bad.
Don't eat here because you're going to get carpet and every little dog shit and everything else. Okay, well, you know what? Hey, you're in public and you're definitely being filmed. So keep on talking and I'll make you famous. I'm being serious too. You can't serve that.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why we're gonna cut off.
Yeah, you look like you're cutting something off. You're taking it into damn.
Hell no. He talking about they finna cut. We just gonna cut the time. We just gonna cut the little dirty part off, man. We just gonna cut the little dirty part off, bro. We just gonna cut the little dirty part off, man. Would y'all eat that, chat, man? Y'all go and fuck with CC's, man? All right, chat. We finna slide over to the governor race right quick. We gonna cover that. We watching it closely.
Republican incumbent Attorney General Jason Miyares, about 2 points over Democrat Jay Jones. Jones' 6-point lead erased, flipped, after that scandal over 2022 text messaging, where he fantasized about killing his Republican rival and the man's children. Disgusting. Term-limited Governor Glenn Youngkin.
So y'all see, Earl Sears is not too far behind Spanberger. Well, actually, she like 7 points behind. Yeah, I'm tripping. She is a little bit behind. But we finna go right here. The NAACP just backed Spanberger, and a lot of people are speaking out saying that they dead ass wrong for not backing Winsome Earl Sears.
Liberal white woman so the NAACP is endorsing the liberal white woman in Virginia over the conservative Christian faith-filled black woman in Virginia for Kennedy. The NAACP needs to be disbanded. This is an organization that I have no respect for, that at one time did so much for the African American experience in this country, has now become a laughingstock and a joke, has become an organization with no morals, no values, and doesn't represent the civil rights movement that were led by mostly a lot of Christian ministers. It has become a Marxist organization that endorses transgenderism, that destroys the black community, that endorses everything demonic and evil about that's toxic about the black community. You have a woman, they would endorse a white woman, a liberal white woman, over a black woman just because she has an R in front of her name and not a D in front of her name. If they were really about black people, they would endorse candidates based off policies. They would sit down and interview candidates and see what they have to offer the black community. But the NAACP has become an arm of the Democratic Party. They're not a real organization that makes any change. They're not helping homeless black people. They're not helping struggling black people. They are a joke as an organization. They've been a joke for a very, very, very long time. They've done nothing since the civil rights movement for black people.
Thank you,
XX. Hold on to relevance by endorsing like anybody actually still cares about the NAACP.
So how do y'all feel about the NAACP? Thank you, XX. Hold on.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Thank you for your continued support, XX. How do y'all feel about the NAACP endorsing Spanberger, man? All right, this is the last clip, then we into the Candace right here. Let's see what I seen a dude at Penn State earlier today on live, and he was just yelling at folks. I'm like, do you support Dre? I love ICE. He was out there yelling at folks on live. He was tripping.
Sure am. Tell me about communism. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, I guess what would you say are some of the things that you think in society are,
I just don't think that there should be any billionaires.
Yeah, oh, we agree, yeah. But we think that we should expropriate the billionaires, right?
Should the government take control of Amazon?
Yes, after the revolution, under workers' government, a genuine workers' revolution is the working class getting to a point where they're basically already running society. They've realized, like, hey, look, all the factories, all the services, everything, like, we're already running it. We don't need the bosses. We want to take political control.
Do you think that Mamdani is the best person to begin this revolution?
I think that what Mamdani has shown is that the working class is absolutely sick of the establishment and sick of being crushed under the weight of the capitalist class. If we actually want to accomplish these goals, right? He's putting forward some really, really good reforms, free buses, rent freeze on rent stabilized housing. But we would say, why stop at buses? Why not free subways? Why stop at just rent stabilized housing? Why not expropriate all of the houses and put them under workers' control?
How do we have a successful revolution?
So the active revolution, a lot of people think, violent, bloody. No, like.
I could see why she would say that revolutions don't have to
Thank
be
you,
bloody.
Lori.
This is Ella's Instagram, and in it she calls to abolish the police. It is much easier to have a revolution if there's no police. Now she's wearing the hammer and sickle, so let's place her into communist Russia under Stalin and see how she would do. This is her old license with an M on it for male, and her new license with an F for female. Stalin sent gay people to a labor camp for 5 years, and the idea of being trans, you probably just disappeared right on the spot. Now I have a hard time believing the guys who did this would go along with this.
So I use 3 different sets of pronouns: they, them, theirs, am, airs, and it's.
Fast forward to today, and a big part of the communist uprising does look like this, which is why you see Mamdani smiling at drag queens, because that's a big part of his base. Now Ella is a coder for a tech company while marching on the streets for communism. Go figure. This is perhaps the best part of the conversation, where I go over to the table where they're giving away flyers and just watch this.
Oh, cool. Can I take one?
Yeah, we sell these. Usually, like I think these ones are $2 for this one.
Oh, okay. It costs money?
Yeah. But if you'd like to take one of our pamphlets for we have.
It costs money to get the communism one?
Yes. Yeah.
Crazy.
I see.
It costs money for the communism one. Ironic. All right, chat. We finna get into the main topic, man. We finna get into the Candace. We gonna see what's going on there. Y'all know I watch. Sit down and watch it with y'all. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. Y'all are now rocking with Sick Plug. Sick Plug is in the building, but you gotta understand that we gonna shake back. We still here. No days off, baby. 3 uploads a day. We working 3 different channels. Uploads every day on every channel, and we live streaming. Sick or not, man. Sick or not, we in here, man.
Happy Monday. I am back. I know you guys missed me because I definitely missed you more, and I feel so much better after getting out to the mountains. I've now, I think, officially accepted that Charlie Kirk is not coming back, and somehow it took me longer to get there. It took me longer to accept that fact than it did many others. Some people accepted it within just a matter of days. His quote-unquote closest friends, his closest political allies, the White House, they all seemed kind of ready to move on so much faster than I was. And now it's looking like some people even may have accepted Charlie's death within minutes. There is a video that is currently circulating of his chief of staff, Mikey McCoy. It's going viral for a lot of reasons. We're going to go through that video, and buckle up because I have an even more exclusive, never before seen video that I think is going to make your skin crawl. Plus, I have even...
Thank you, Big Niche!
...more never before seen text messages from Charlie Kirk. Incredibly, Charlie Kirk did in fact know that turning point was going to be the death of him, and I have proof of that. He also knew the only person who was going to step up to defend him after he was gone. That sounds crazy, but it's the truth. So let's get started, and welcome back to Candace.
What it do, Lala?
So here is where I was. I went to Wyoming to breathe, to hike, to listen to way too much Kanye West music. I absolutely love the mountains. I am a mountain person, so to speak. Wyoming is, in fact, my favorite state in the Union. And it felt fitting also because the first time I ever visited Wyoming, I was with Charlie Kirk. Visited Wyoming many times thereafter over the years. And he was the last time I went to Wyoming, I was with Charlie Kirk. It was the last person I visited with, and it was for, ironically, Foster Fries's funeral, who was a big-time donor to Turning Point USA. Still is, I believe. Charlie, I was thinking out there and remembering, paid for my flight to Wyoming. I had to get there very quickly because I was doing Joe Rogan's podcast. It was huge. I didn't even know what the Joe Rogan podcast was at that moment. That's how I was so not politically inclined at all. And he's like, this is the biggest podcast. You got to do this. I completely bombed it, by the way. I was so nervous. I think I said like about 3,000 times. But then I had to very quickly get over to Wyoming because Kanye had invited me to his album release party. Ironically, where he held that album release party would be where years later Foster Fries would have his funeral. And so Wyoming felt fitting while I was out there. And so I want you guys to know another fun fact about Charlie Kirk. He hated fishing. He absolutely loved the mountains. He loved hiking. He was quite the athlete, but he hated fishing. It just was not his thing.
Do y'all think Candace and Charlie were lovers actually? Chat, do y'all really, put yes or no in the chat. Do y'all think Candace and Charlie were lovers or just really good friends, man? Let me know down in the chat.
Same way that golf is just not my thing. Fishing was not his. And this photo that I'm about to show you makes me laugh because we were in British Columbia fishing, and here's a photo of me and Charlie. And I was so excited about this catch. Charlie's eyes are closed here, and as soon as, I think it was Don Jr., it might have been Corey Lewandowski, hit flash, took the picture, Charlie just went, ugh. I don't know why you guys like this, because he was too hyperactive. He always wanted to be planning and doing a million things at once, and fishing time. You gotta set the bait. It's now been 47 days since my friend Charlie Kirk was executed in front of the world, because that's what it was, a public execution. And call me crazy. People do. But I was so clearly deluded in the immediate aftermath of his death that I was operating under this function. I mean, I truly
What's up, Darky?
That I would be fighting for answers to what actually happened on 9/10.
Imagine being able to build an app with your...
Imagine being on not the ad-free version. Hold on, chat. Let me get us to the ad-free version real quick. That's my bad, man. That's my bad. Let me get us to the ad-free version, man.
All right, you guys, happy Monday. I am, and here's a photo of me and Charlie. Here is that I had assumed Boyer, Andrew Colvett, Stacey Sheriff, that I was operating. It just was not his thing. In the same way that golf is just not my thing. Fishing was not his. And this photo that I'm about to show you makes me laugh because we were in British Columbia fishing, and here's a photo of me and Charlie. And I was so excited about this catch. Charlie's eyes are closed here, and as soon as, I think it was Don Jr., it might have been Corey Lewandowski, hit flash, took the picture, Charlie just went, ugh. I don't know why you guys like this, because he was too hyperactive. He always wanted to be planning and doing a million things at once, and fishing time. You gotta set the bait. It's now been 47 days since my friend Charlie Kirk was executed in front of the world, because that's what it was.
Y'all said who funds Candace? I mean, you gotta think Candace has been around a while. She has her own money, but she also has a rich husband. So you got to think Candace production isn't crazy. She's probably got one person in the studio with her, one camera just set up. It's like, it's good production, but it's not a big budget. Like, it doesn't take a lot. I'm pretty sure that's her office in her house. She has a camera just set up, and she has somebody there being a producer for her. So what funding does she really need? Right here in this type of setting.
Was a public execution. And call me crazy. People do. But I was so clearly deluded in the immediate aftermath of his death that I was operating under this function. I mean, I truly believed that I would be fighting for answers to what actually happened on 9/10. Side, Charlie's inner circle. I thought the band maybe was going to get back together. We were all going to maybe be on a group chat. Me, Tyler Boyer, Andrew Colvett, Stacey Sheridan even. If you're wondering who Stacey Sheridan is, by the way, she's the one who's holding the camera when Charlie's casket is being escorted off of Air Force Two. She's like the chief money person, essentially, at Turning Point USA. She was brought in to reel in the big donors. I remember exactly when that happened. All of those people, by the way, were actually brought in by Tyler Boyer. He's a very important character in the story, but we're going to get into all of that tomorrow. The point that I'm making here is that I had assumed, clearly wrongly, that we'd all maybe be on a group chat communicating, raising hell and demanding answers from the feds, from the police, from the White House even. Certainly, at the very least, pointing out the very many holes in this story. If any one of us had the audacity or the desire to carry on Charlie Kirk's show, that would be the appropriate venue for asking those sorts of questions. But no, wrong. Silence. Silence is what we were met with. In fact, I am told that these people believe the official narrative. Lone shooter. Involved, just a crazy guy with too many pronouns in his bio. Hey, 1963 called and they want their narrative back. All that's missing from the story is a grassy knoll, right? Just need a grassy knoll. Back at headquarters, I am told it's business as usual, and it's kind of giving me like, I don't know, LBJ when he gets sworn in that famous picture. Like sworn in. Unfortunately, of course, he's sad in this photo. Gosh, he's obviously not wanting to be the president of the United States. JFK was shot and killed, and now LBJ has to step up, unfortunately. But I gotta be honest, I wasn't there. I don't think LBJ was actually that upset. Vibes. The vibes just aren't vibing for me in that picture, but maybe he was. Maybe the truth, Jay, simply, to use an expression, had his wits about him. And JFK had a plan. Meant that he had been horrifically assassinated in front of the world. JFK maybe had a succession plan. Now, if these terms I'm using here sound familiar to you, it's because they should sound familiar. It's the exact terminology that was utilized by Pastor Rob McCoy just 4 days after Charlie was murdered.
Thank you, Too Strong.
In front of his congregation, he spoke about Charlie's succession plan that he was somehow privy to. I don't know why, but he knew 4 days later and announced to the world that Charlie indeed had a plan. Take a listen.
Everyone's worried about the leadership of TPUSA. Don't. He was wise enough at 31 to put together a plan for succession. It's very clear what they decided, and they're implementing it now.
Amazing. Amazing. So on September 14th, we were made aware of this succession plan, and I find that to be fascinating. The people didn't even know Charlie all around the world seem to be fighting harder for him, fighting harder for truth, and it is, in fact, thanks to people on the internet like Sam Parker, James Lee, Ian Carroll, Zeb Boykin, many others. Video from September 10th has gone pretty viral, okay? So let's take a look at this. It's a video of Pastor Rob McCoy's son. His name is Mike McCoy. And you're going to see what he does, not in the seconds following Charlie getting shot, less than 1 second after Charlie gets shot. These are not seconds, less than 1 second. You're going to watch what Michael McCoy does. First, let's hear his daddy's version of the events. Take it away, Pastor McCoy.
As a father, I just want to protect my son. And I thought, I got a plan for you, son. He said, Dad, that's not Charlie's plan. And you know what? I'm looking at my son who's 24 years old. Justin's the CFO, Chief Financial Officer, and Mikey's the Chief of Staff. And I'm watching, the minute Charlie was shot, he called me, says, Dad, Charlie's been shot in the neck. Please call every pastor and pray. I said, okay, son. He has wits about him. He was just directing. He had blood all over him. And
two things I want you to remember here. You may have caught that, but he said, watching. And the minute Charlie got shot, he called, and Mikey McCoy says to his dad, Charlie's been shot, pray for him. He says the minute, maybe he's being a little hyperbolic.
He lied, man. That man up there lying, man. I know we all want to see our children and our relatives in the best light as superheroes, man, but just hearing him say that and seeing what that man actually did, yeah, no.
We're going to find out. I'd certainly like to find out. But he stops himself because I was watching. Watching what exactly? What were you watching? I remember that. It's rubbing me the wrong way. And I'm going to tell you why that's rubbing me the wrong way in a little bit. But the bigger thing, he had blood all over him. Did not have blood anywhere near him because Mikey was behind the tent when...
Yeah, Erica followed Candace. Like, she's not speaking out. She's not telling Candace to shut up. She's not doing none of that, man.
Charlie got shot, and Mikey, in less than a second, does something that I find to be quite strange. His phone to his ear, and he begins a conversation. So we're going to watch that.
Hey, chat, we are still chasing 100 likes, man. If you in here, you having a good time, please hit the like button. We're 25 subs away from the next sub goal. I'm here sick and all, man. Sick and all.
Clip in its entirety. Mark is going to bring it in. So we decided to slow this clip down, and we're going to watch this clip slow down so you can see that it is exactly 834 milliseconds from the time that you hear the shot. That is how long it takes for Mikey McCoy to put the phone to his ear. Now, why is that precise timing so important? Because there's no dialing. You have time to dial, okay? You can't dial and put your phone to an ear in 0.834 seconds. The next time that you're going to see Mikey McCoy, as we just showed you, is in just under 2.5 seconds on the other side of the tent. He's on a phone call. So we can track Mikey, but let's watch the clip again in milliseconds so you really grasp how quickly this transpires. So when this clip was brought... There we go, we're tracking that. Yeah, when the clip was brought to my attention, I obviously have a file, a big folder of files of every angle, and I decided to track Mikey from every angle available to see, like, maybe we just missed it, and he did at some point put that phone down, dial a number, speed dial, hold down one, I don't know. Maybe we missed it. Because that seems automatic, right? 0.834, that seems pretty quick. He doesn't do that. We even have him in front of Charlie's car when Charlie is brought to the car, the waiting car rather. He is still on the phone, and I can show you the clip of that. Take a look at this. Don't worry, we'll slow it down for you. See him in the background with the backpack. It's Mikey McCoy. Okay. So what are we to make of that? The only logical conclusion that I can come up with, and many others, because I pressed, I said, play devil's advocate. I want you to advocate for Mikey McCoy. I want you to play lawyer, and you are representing your client, Mikey McCoy. What was he do? How did he do it this quickly in this game? The only logical conclusion we come up with was that Mikey was already on a phone call. 23 p.m. By 12:23 p.m. He was already on a phone call. So I said, let's go back a little earlier in the footage and see if we can find when he actually maybe dialed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, chat. If I'm somewhere and somebody beside me gets shot and I'm on the phone, I'm not just gonna keep that phone to my ear. I'm trying to get little. I don't know if y'all have been around shots fired, but I done been around shots fired more often than I should have been around shots fired. And you're not just keeping that phone to your ear. I mean, to each his own. Maybe you react differently, but motherfuckers trying to get little. Motherfuckers trying to get real little. Straight up.
Onto the phone. Maybe we can see him pick up the phone and begin a call before the shot takes off. In that call, if we're following this logic, that would mean he puts his phone down until Charlie gets shot. And we were able to find what we think could be that moment, and I can tell you that it is 1 minute and 45 seconds approximately before that shot goes off, and we can watch that here. See Mikey's on his phone here, and you're going to see he pulls it up, and he starts to cover his ear again. Now
watch, before we even see this clip, watch how many people get little. Everybody else finna get little.
That could be unrelated. Again, we're taking a...
They ain't even show it, man. We'll pull it up in a second, man. Everybody there got little, except a select few people.
Guess here, that's what made the most sense to us because we couldn't justify it in any other way. And I want to be clear, we're not here to make assumptions, okay? And we wouldn't have to make any assumptions if Turning Point USA could just tell the truth. Be open, and they could be honest about everything. Okay, I obviously...
Yeah, getting little consists of a lot of shit. You know when you run away, and the farther you get away, the smaller you look from somewhere that's getting little. Ducking down, making, you know what I'm saying, that's getting little. Moving, hit a left, hit a right, go through a door, go through another door. Now you in the kitchen somewhere, that's getting little, man. He wasn't getting little.
Went out to both Mikey McCoy and Andrew Colvett for a statement. Asked those two questions. Hey, who were you on the phone with? What's going on here? That was me, and I saw clips going viral, and people were drawing conclusions from that clip, thinking that I was already on the phone, thinking that my reaction was weird. I would instantly hit back. I'd say, here's my call log. You want to know who I was on the phone with? 911, obviously. I was freaking out. I called 911. I didn't know what I was doing. Here's my phone. Here's my whole call log for that day. I don't know. I guess we live in a world where that doesn't make sense. They've issued a statement to dispel any rumors, but they have not. Here's what I want to say, and I honestly understand I'm preaching to the choir here. Everything about this is wrong. You know it, and I know it. I actually know it better than most because I helped build that organization, and that's why I am almost the perfect person to discern what is normal and what is abnormal in terms of what happened at that college campus event. In fact, when I did my tribute to Charlie, this is unbelievable. Remember, just after he died, I posted a video to my friend Charlie Kirk, and I shared a clip of him at a college event, and he and I were laughing, and I'm going to show you that clip in a second, and I said, I don't even know which college, and I showed the clip because I didn't know what college it was, and unbelievably, I kid you not, let's rewatch that clip.
If you aren't wealthy, white, and male, Charlie Kirk is not your friend. What do you think?
Are you not my friend anymore?
Are we not friends?
Is
Is that right?
Find out? Is something to find out? A sign outside of a thing, an event that we just did, that you're not my friend?
Go figure.
It's unbelievable that of all the clips we picked that, and I had no idea it was UVU. The point is that I hit college campuses with Charlie Kirk for 6 years. I don't believe that there is a single living, breathing person who has spoken at more college campuses alongside Charlie Kirk than me. So I knew that things were weird when I saw first and foremost, the camera guy, the one who takes down the camera, him lingering alongside Charlie at the event flagged me as weird immediately. Why I reached out when people saw him taking down the camera, I said, what is this? Why are you here? Literally, why are you standing next to Charlie? I've never, at any college event ever in 6 years, had that man standing next to me at an event, okay? There, other times, of course, when you are in AV, your job is to be somewhere quiet. Your job is to have on like headphones to make sure the audio is good. Maybe the idea that they're miking, the person running a company is miking you up is completely absurd. I didn't like it. New to me. Called him. Things got pretty weird. He acknowledged that a lot of new stuff was happening on that day, and I inquired to him immediately.
Yeah, Dorsey is definitely not the mayor over here, man. Hell no, Dorsey is not the mayor. Dorsey ain't the mayor yet. We gonna have to have a damn vote, man, before y'all just do a Dorsey mayor in this motherfucker, man.
About the subtle changes that I recognized, and I think
Me and Dorsey gonna get into it. I'm gonna have to send him some help over there. You know what I'm saying? If y'all catch it, I'm gonna have to send Dorsey some help over there to his town.
that struck me as wrong was that he lied to me. I don't know why he was lying to me, but a lot of the things that he said didn't make sense. And I'm going to speak more thoroughly about what it was that he said, because obviously I recorded the phone call. I, of course, asked him why he took down the cameras so quickly. I asked him to, first and foremost, simply show me the footage, because that's all I wanted to do. I'm thinking again, we're all going to get the band back together and solve this murder. And he got weird. He got really weird. I said, I just want to see the footage so I can debunk. I know that you don't want to put more footage out there. That's fine. But just show me the footage so I can debunk all these internet conspiracies that you were hiding something. Suspicious of Turning Point at all, actually, when I called. And I asked him, again, what's the reason? What's the reason for taking down the cameras quickly? Why hasn't the footage been released? Let me see it. And he told me that, A, he had spoken only to Erica and the feds that he had, regarding the footage, that is. He specifically told me that, as I said earlier, that he had secured that footage because he wanted to prevent Erica, as I told you, from having to relive that moment. And that made entirely no sense to me. I told you guys, because we all can watch Charlie Kirk be murdered over and over and over and over and over again. So how are you sparing any emotions here by taking down the back footage? It made less sense to me and appeared to me as a lie once I saw the footage on FaceTime, when I realized that there was no blood on Charlie. So it was the least traumatizing footage of all. Why be so secretive about it? He then told me that he needed to speak with Turning Point lawyers first to see about releasing the footage. I said, okay, fine. I let him take a couple of days off, and then we got back on the phone, and I said, look, that's kind of a BS excuse too, because you run your own company, and the footage is owned by you. He then said, okay, yeah, I do own the footage. I just wanted to, just coordinate, check, whatever. Okay. Lie number 2-ish. Then he said something that really bothered me. He said, I don't know how to send the footage. The file was too large. Oh, I was born yesterday. So you run an entire AV company and you don't know how to send footage. It's not right to me. It got even more bizarre. He told me, and this is when I was extremely uncomfortable, he said, after I offered, you can just use WeTransfer. I don't want to just send the footage over the internet that's behind Charlie's head, because I'm worried that Google might hack me. I swear. Everything I love, that's what he told me. He was afraid that Google was going to hack him. So at this moment, I got a little bit, I looked at my team and I started snapping across the table, and I was like, said to them, literally, guilty of something. I don't know, this is weird. What a stupid lie. I mean, when you just Google. So I said to him, I said, let's just pretend that does happen. For whatever reason, Sergey Brin is sitting around and he's going, I want to hack this person because I want to see footage behind Charlie's head. Whatever. And then he gives the footage to Fox News, CNN, play it, and what happens after that, I said to him. Oh, I know what happens after. To see Charlie Kirk die from a different angle. We've seen it die from 1,000 different angles. What is actually changing if Google hacks you? Weird. A weird thing to say. I also asked him who he was on the phone with after Charlie got shot. And he told me, and I kid you not, on the phone with the ops that were back in Arizona watching. What ops? We don't have people back in Arizona watching when we do college campus events. Is that thing new? He said, yes, it is new. In fact, this was the first time we were doing it. He said there were 2 people, 2 ops that were watching it back in Arizona. And he told me the reason that they were doing it was because, Candace, he said, Charlie he was so ambitious, and it wasn't fast enough that it was all being live streamed. He wanted people to live cut the clips so that they could be the first people to get it on the internet. He didn't want to, he's like, not even a second to be wasted. So live streaming, so everybody can watch, but they were racing some people to get the clips out faster than anybody else because Charlie's.
That does make sense. I'm not gonna lie, Candace, that does make sense. Clipping culture is real.
Now, I got a little suspicious, and sensing, he could sense that I was now growing increasingly suspicious with every random thing that he was saying. He sent me a video that I didn't ask for. I wanted to see the footage. He then sends me a video, and I guess this was supposed to work as some sort of an alibi. I don't know if he thought that I thought that he shot Charlie. I certainly did not think that he was involved in pulling a trigger and killing Charlie Kirk. I actually don't know why this video, I don't know what this video could have done that he sent me other than to make me feel more uncomfortable. Because the video he sent me is quite shocking. It's also the reason that I knew that Tyler Boyer was lying when he tweeted, this guy was commanded by the police to take down the cameras. Because I have every minute of what this guy was doing, thanks to him having sent it to me, okay? Every minute of what he was doing before he took those cameras down. And there are only 4 minutes, by the way, before he takes those cameras down. So he's next to, and he is in front of Mikey McCoy when Charlie gets shot. Now, to his credit, he actually did see Charlie get shot. He saw, like, a split second, sees Charlie bleeding and runs, and doesn't run very far. He just runs a couple of yards away. Now, I should mention that the camera guy, he too was also brought into the company by Tyler Boyer, okay? And if you have worked with Charlie for this long, over a decade, and you watch Charlie Kirk get shot, what do you do? What would you do? I'm asking you this question now. What would you do? I say two things that are pretty commonplace, right?
It depends on how I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? If I work with him for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? It depends on how I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? I see my coworker get smoked. Yeah, I'm probably going to get little. I'm going to just keep it real. I'm probably going to get little like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. I got to make it home. I got some kids, man. Straight up. I see my coworker get smoked. I'm probably going to get little, bro. Especially if I know I don't got it on me. I don't have it on me. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, it's time for me to go. Shit, it's over. That's my answer. What's your answer?
You choose between fight or flight. You run towards him or you run away, and you run away far because you don't know what's happening. Is it one shot? Are there multiple people? Are you being pursued? There's no way to process that. If you are going to be in flight, you should be sprinting and maybe calling 911. That's what I would have done if I wanted to run away and not towards Charlie to make sure he's okay. But this second close friend of Charlie chose to run just a few yards away, a grassy knoll, to take out his phone. A couple of seconds later, he takes out his phone and he begins recording himself. Selfie video. Takes a video of himself. So let's watch that video.
They just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie.
See, it's a little different for me, Too Strong. If I got it on me, I'm not going to immediately get little because, shit, most of the time, like, shit, if I got it on me, I got to protect this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to try to get behind something, but shit, I'm going to let my gun off. I'm just going to keep it real with you, Chad. I'm one of those people that kind of, you know, I be telling y'all about the people from the South that when shit go on, some people be kind of ready for the shit to go on. I'm not just a, you know what I'm saying, wide open nothing, but hey, some shit going on, man. I got it on me, man. This my time to shine. Straight up, my time to shine, man. I gotta at least scan the situation, man. See what's going on. I can't just run away. I got it on me. What the hell? I'm just gonna immediately run away for if I got it on me.
just shot Charlie. He's dead. God help him.
That's the first time it was announced, actually, that Charlie Kirk was dead. Kind of weird. Catch your breath. Hit rewind. Watch it again. Watch it over and over again like I did, because probably thinking out loud, the F did I just watch? What's going on? What were Charlie's closest friends and allies and the people that were going to carry on the torch doing? Picking up phone calls they were already on, and film.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. They might think I got it on me. Or they might think I'm the active shooter. Too strong. Appreciate that. Yeah, but yeah, in that situation with a whole lot of people out there, it is a little bit different. It is a little bit different. I ain't think about it like that.
Filming themselves and prematurely announcing when not a single person could have known Charlie Kirk is dead. Less than a minute. Declared dead. No instinct to run towards him. No instinct to run further away, maybe because you got to backtrack and go get the cameras a minute after this ends is when he goes and gets the cameras, okay? Toward me and my reaction, which doesn't actually feel to me to be too distraught, okay? In fact, if this is one of those videos that made me so upset that I was like mad at other people, you know, like I was like mad at Savannah. Saw Mikey McCoy's reaction. Now I'm looking at this guy's reaction, like Savannah, like one of the homies. I get assassinated. You film yourself. Assassinated. You're talking about my succession plan. A couple of days later, I get assassinated. You're lying about little things about me. Everything Turning Point is doing, and you know it's wrong. You know it's wrong deep down. And I want to say this because there has been a lot of reading in between the lines. It's strange to me. I think I'm a very direct person and I say what I mean. And I do not want people to mistake what's happening right now or to wrongly assume my intentions here. So allow me to be very explicit, okay? I want war. Okay? All of you. And there's a reason. I'm going to get to that reason in a little bit. But I want more with all of you. So write your articles. Issue your statements. Email the White House. Reach out for comment. Okay? Say whatever it is you want to say about me. All of you. I know this isn't right. And there is no way you are going to convince me and the rest of the world that all of this is normal. We're not just going to keep on going and jump into a succession plan. We're going to figure out what the hell happened on September 10th first. And I'm going to tell you guys, Charlie had a vision. After a few ads. All right, you guys, taking a quick break to tell you about Riverbend Ranch. You guys know I absolutely love their steaks. They have Black Angus beef to type, to click, to search, to scroll. It can even help you plan your weeknight dinners. It could just a couple of taps. Now it's time to share private messages. You know what's so funny to me is, I don't know, I feel like they are now steeped in psychology for toddlers. It's so obvious what's coming down the pipeline. The things, oh, it's not appropriate to share private messages unless we do it. Unless we're up on stage talking about private conversations and making stuff up that definitely didn't happen. I think it was actually Pastor McCoy's speech. Charlie wanted me to lead the next movement. Charlie told me I'm America's pastor.
Hey, chat, double tap the screen, share the live out. We are 48 subscribers away from 41K. 48 subscribers away from 41K.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he called you America's pastor. And so, yeah, I will be doing whatever I want to do until the truth is told about what happened on 9/10. We should start with Josh Hermer, by the way, because he really has now become the king of defying no stereotypes. where we last left off, obviously, he is now infamous for just being such a deceitful little creature. The text message exchange, Josh Hammer caught, hand in the cookie jar. I'm talking way in the cookie jar. No other way to say it, right? Charlie gets killed. He, on the same day, starts pushing his book. Charlie's last words were, buy my book, buy Josh Hammer's book. The night before, he never even flinched on Israel. He loved Israel so much. And then I just waited. Now. And I knew they would do this. I knew liars have to lie fast and first. And he did. He lied. He lied over and over and over again about his position on Israel. And when he got caught, you would think that he would have a shred of decency. You would think he would have a shred of humility. You would think he would apologize for lying about Charlie's position on Israel. But he didn't. He just sort of doubled down. He sort of Israeled down, if you will. And it sort of gave me an idea for a little mini-series, a little recurring mini-series that we'll probably have on this show. An HBO mini-series, by the way, executively produced by me. I want to show it to you guys now. It's a trailer that we put together. I sure hope you guys like it. Take a listen.
Charlie Kirk was actually feeling about the pressure he was receiving from pro-Israel Zionist donors to Turning Point USA.
Charlie definitely was not someone who liked to be bullied by donors, as we saw in those text messages.
Their Jewish donors to TPUSA played into the worst stereotypes of Jewish people.
Charlie writes, Jewish donors play into all of the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this.
A few moments later. I'm talking to lawyers. I think that I'm a lawyer by background. I clerked for a federal appeals judge. I know a thing or two about United States constitutional law. I think that we have a potentially serious case here for defamation, and I'm very much speaking with lawyers, and we'll see what happens.
Well done, Joshy. Well done. Very good, Joshy. Try your best to curb your Zionism. I know it's hard. Do your best. Funny. Also, I want to shout out John Miller on X. He made me laugh. I mean, I was really laughing when I saw his tweet about Josh Hammer threatening to sue me. He just wrote this, and it said it all. He said, they really trying to make us believe this is the good guy. LMAO. Come on. I mean, he just looks like a Bond supervillain. That's just what he looks like. And by the way, that's a lot of words to say what I always say. Like, we don't know, but we know. And on Josh Hammer, yeah, we know. You're not the good guy, okay? You have to believe in your gut. I keep telling you guys over and over again, your gut matters more, right? Your subconscious picks up on things before your conscience does. Which brings me to dreams, by the way, because before I went on break, many people heard, because I discussed on a previous show a dream that I had, a very vivid dream, whereupon Charlie told me that he had been betrayed. And so he's been betrayed. That's it. That's here. If I had known that me discussing my dreams was going to trigger so many people, I would have started every other show like Martin Luther King Jr. I'd be like, I had a dream. And like I said, this one was clear. Charlie told me that he was betrayed. He actually said more than that, actually. But, right? So let's be patient. What I want you guys to know about Charlie is he also used to dream very vividly. As we traveled together so much, he would wake up, we would text, and he would tell me about those vivid dreams. And we talked about a lot of things, as you do when you get to know somebody. We talked about the spiritual realm. We talked about religion, our faith, most importantly, what our life's purpose was. And there was this period in April. Charlie kept insisting to me over and over again that he was going to die young. In fact, he told me that Turning Point USA was going to be the death of him. And I'm going to allow you to read his words. And it's funny how this came about, because when I was in Wyoming, I went outside, I was writing, physically needed to write, to put pen to paper, and to pray, and I was sitting in the sun overlooking the mountains. And right when I concluded my prayer, I opened my eyes and I saw a massive bald eagle, and it just made me feel at peace. It's one of those moments where you just are in nature, you see something beautiful, and it makes you feel at peace. And then I felt the need to start going through messages and conversations between me and Charlie. And sure enough, I stumbled upon many messages of him telling me how he would die. And I'm going to show you some of those messages now. A particular set of messages that were written on April 6th, 2018, just a couple of weeks before Kanye tweeted, "I love the way Candace Owens thinks," which is relevant because a lot of things changed after that tweet. And it's relevant because Charlie sensed that something big was about to happen. And I think that is what the something big was. I also want to say, I am not making up these messages, okay? Turning point. Actually, Mikey McCoy has access to all of Charlie Kirk's messages. They can tell you that these ones are real. Here is what he wrote. We were again talking about Kanye. "You're going to be the Iron Lady of America." He had such a political vision for me. I never wanted that sort of a thing. I see it so freaking clearly. I might be Moses, though. I might not see this whole thing through. LMAO. If that is the case, be my David. I said, dude, you haven't even realized your power yet. You're so young, is what I was thinking. I said, if I tell you the true prophecy that I know in my gut, it's really sad, but I hope it's wrong. Went on to say, anyway, I am not sure if I will live to see the end of this revolution. You were the piece that God meant me to meet that will finish the fight. It's the beginning of TPUSA. I knew in my gut that I might get wiped out at any time. I cannot explain it, but I dream about it all the time, like all the time. That's depressing combo for another time, LMAO. I said, that's weird, more of a fear manifestation than an actualization. He said, I'm not really afraid of it, telling you what I know to be true. He told me that. He told me that. I don't know why. Charlie knew he was going to die young, and I don't know. I just felt like I needed to share that because it is in part why the moment that Charlie got shot, just knew he was betrayed spiritually. In the same way that Charlie knew that he was going to die young, I knew that this was a part of something bigger. I wanted to say to you guys, to the people, Charlie, I recommend that you come clean, okay? I would recommend that you come clean because Charlie said some other things, and I look at these things now and I think, wow, it's almost prophetic, right? It's almost prophecy, and I tell you that this is a story that will have a happy ending, a tragedy that will have a happy ending. The world is going to learn the truth about this. They are. I recommend that you come clean. There are lines in the sand that are being drawn right now between good and evil. Many of you have picked the evil side. Do you podcasters, people that make videos, people that are taking money, tell people don't look over there? I would recommend you stop doing that. You don't have to listen to me. You probably won't listen to me. And to people that betrayed Charlie, you probably won't come clean. Likely because you're scared now. You should be scared. I'm kind of scared, okay? Fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. There is more. This is not it. I'm aware of that. That's why I've chosen to be on the side of goodness and truth, no matter what the cost is. Picked my side. I don't care about any of you. I can't wait to read your articles after this, okay? That's breakfast for me. That inspires me now. Can't wait to read your loony tweets. I can't wait for you to lie about things that I've said. I cannot wait because you know what? On a hike that Charlie and I were on in Wyoming one time, we were discussing the death penalty. Like, he was asking, like, what's your position on the death penalty? And I told him, I've always been against it. And typically that's a theological conversation. Christians go back and forth on it. Do you have a right to take a life? I'm on the side, we don't have a right to take a life. But my position on it isn't even entirely theological. The reason I'm against it is because death is easy. You're here, and then you're not. It's like falling asleep, right? You're here 1 second, and then you're not. Think about passing out or fainting. People that commit grave evil, we're giving them death. That's it. I always say they deserve more than that. And for people that are involved, and many people that are involved in this, not the lone shooter, ages, people that are involved, people that know things, that are watching this, maybe in an office cubicle, and know things. I want you to know that if you choose not to come clean, you are about to become very famous. Okay? I am talking like through the ages famous. The kind of fame that most people cannot even comprehend. I cannot comprehend that level of fame. Like, I'm talking about the level of fame that can kill a name. You know what I mean? Like, nobody names their kid Judas anymore. Nobody names their kid Adolf anymore. I'm talking about that level of fame. Infamy. Come clean. I think there's a way out for you if you come clean. Then you get with God. Anyways, I'd like to say something in finality to the many of you who would like to shut me up, who have been trying very hard to shut me up. No, I think I'm going to go ahead. Charlie's David. I'm not going to stop talking about Charlie Kirk's death. Trying to make me shut up, you should do something else. I think your time would be better spent trying to stop the sun from rising. You'd have more success if you spent your time trying to stop the sun from rising than trying to get me to shut up about who killed Charlie Kirk, because he knew he was going to die, and he knew that I was going to be the person that had the spine to stand up for him. What he didn't know, I don't think he knew, was that millions of people around the world who maybe don't have a microphone, okay, who maybe don't have a podcast, who maybe can't write articles for the Daily Mail, standing by him, are standing on the side of goodness. And we are going to see this thing out. And like I said, there will be justice, not the fake kind, not the Tyler Robinson kind. Actual justice. Take a brief break here, and then we'll get to some of your comments. All right, you guys, jumping in to created the Smart Equity, one of the most nutrient, get 10% off your order. That real women, vegan row, go the F away. For girls in the future, we love you, sister. Christ is King. Thank you so much, Kiki. And I do think women are a big part of this. I think we were kind of, and we get into this in this book, but the feminist movement, to know where that comes from. There's a chapter called Beyond the Pale, the Pale settlement of Russia, who brought over that feminist movement. It is good for you to know where that came from, because I think we all were doing feminism. I was when I was younger, like, I'm a feminist, thinking it was like girl power Spice Girls, and it was never that, never ever that. Amal writes, I hate to be morbid, but God truly saved you by removing you from DW. I'm so grateful that you're in a most port by God Almighty. And I think and almost, I don't know what that says. It was a dark time, but in hindsight, it's clearly what was happening. Amal, I think it all started with Kanye tweeting me. I think handlers were sent out to manage, to first and foremost break apart me and Charlie, and then to manage us. And I'll speak more about that this week, but I spoke to my husband about it, and I see it so clearly now what happened, and those messages between me and Charlie leading up to that week that he tweeted us. It was actually Scott Adams who did a video that I'll never forget when that happened, and he said, ripped a hole through the universe, this tweet, and it was never supposed to happen. I'm going to dig that up, find it, and speak more about what my experience was, where I do genuinely believe that handlers were sent out, and I got lucky that I had this overwhelming spiritual feeling that I needed to go to the UK, and I met my husband. I think I was actually saved by finding my husband, which was not accounted for. Joshua Steves writes, Tyler Robinson appearing in court today via Zoom without having to show his face surely isn't helping any of the theories out there. It's good to have you back. Yeah. Like, I mean, come on. It's like nine on a boo-boo at this point. But don't worry, I'm sure no one at Turning Point will think that's weird. They're just like, it's open, it's closed, and we're so happy that that one lone shooter who got Charlie is being caught. These people just have no shame. Nobody here has any shame, and that's a problem. Ivana Milano writes, keep up the great work. Stand by your friend, reminding us that this isn't just a personal struggle, but a spiritual war. Yes, it is. In a world where money and greed are taking over people's lives, thank you for helping us to stay grounded in God's truth. Yes, it is worth losing money, as I did. It is worth losing fake friends, as I did, to stand up for the truth. And I'm just ready for war with these people. Like, all of it. Band together, send your best warriors, because all they ever do is lie.
Y'all think Candace lost money doing this? Yes or no? Y'all think Candace lost the money? What's up, Michael?
And smear and delude and take away and deplatform, and you're not winning anymore. And something that I want to say that's also so amazing is I didn't have to fight hard this time for people to believe me. And I don't know. I just know that somewhere Charlie's energy, they tried to almost like capture it very quickly. The one thing they can't do, right? They can't create. They aren't the life force. These people are not the life force. They can only steal, they can threaten, they can pressure, but they can't create it. I feel now, as I was reflecting on things, that they all were trying to bottle up Charlie's energy, and Charlie sent his energy where it needed to be. I barely defended myself as they came out, attacked, lied. She didn't even speak to him since 2017. She didn't know Charlie. She hasn't seen him. They just lied and lied and lied and lied, and nobody from Turning Point defended me and said, like, that's a lie, and what she's saying is true. The public, single second, didn't take it. The amount of money that was spent on telling those lies, and I barely had to defend myself, and you guys knew that I was telling the truth, and I think that that's incredible. That it truly is a testament to God and is a testament to truth. And as Ian Carroll said when I had him on my show, the truth doesn't need to be repeated over and over again. It's the power of the frequency of truth, right? It takes a lot of little lies. It's why the lie demands the truth shuts up. It's the reason they pass speech laws. They need people to be quiet, because when you start speaking the truth, it becomes more powerful. I truly believe that, and I'm calling upon everyone to do that more often. Like, just speak the truth, even if you're fearful of the consequence, because the bigger consequence is not being right with God when you pass. Tim Morgan writes, for the investigation for Charlie, we love you, God bless, thank you so much. Caitlin writes, my brother HM passed away in 2021. He often spoke about how he knew he was not going to live past 40 years. He was saying this when he was in his 20s and he was 41. Yeah, Charlie said a lot more. He said a lot more. And I'm going to keep it close because I do think a part of it was prophecy. Now, I really do believe that I'm going to see this thing to the end. David Foster wrote, I didn't even know Charlie, and I was more shook up seeing the footage than the camera guy seemed in his selfie video. He wasn't even shaking. My hands were shaking, and I was at home. It just does not add up. It doesn't add up, and we've got to stop accepting this excuse of like, well, what would you do? I do know what I would do, okay? In your situation, you either run and you don't record yourself, right? Or you go run towards your friend and you help. In fact, the only person, as Ian Carroll pointed out in one of his videos, and you should sign up for, subscribe for Ian Carroll's channel, he pointed out that like the only person who was acting right and was Frank Turek. Like the first thing you do is get down, right? Because you don't know if there's going to be another shot. Was Mikey McCoy confident enough to stay standing and walking? Nobody knows. So you don't know where the shot's coming from. You don't see him get shot. The first thing you would do is drop to the ground. That's like the first normal thing to do, is to get low, make sure you're safe. And then Frank Turek kind of crawls back towards Charlie and then tries to like see him to the car. Like all of that feels normal to me. Okay? And they're always trying to make us see things through the exception. Well, there was this one time at band camp, or rather exceptionally, someone fired shots and someone was just really calm and walking away. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen Men in Black. Not the person you should trust in this scenario, is all I'm saying. Buy-in writes, come back, Candace, welcome back, Candace, pardon, everyone needs a friend like you who would fight with such fire for justice. I am so glad you were on the case. I can see that you would reveal the truth for us. We don't know, but we know has become my favorite phrase. Look, Charlie didn't know that he was going to die young from the moment that he started Turning Point. As he said, right, your gut, dreams, right? And when people try to mock you and tell you not to listen to them, not to trust your gut, know that those people are working for the devil, literally, okay? They want you to think that this life is it, and this life is not it. So get right with God and tell the truth, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right,
Sir, because how much time are you?
I'm gonna open up the phone lines for a minute. We're gonna open up the phone lines for a minute, man. Get y'all thoughts and opinions on some things before we get up out of here, because I'm still sick and I'm trying to be here in the morning. I'm trying to be here at like 7 in the morning. We're gonna go live, but yeah, let me open up the phone lines. Get y'all thoughts and opinions on it. I gotta get some damn rest. All right, man, we got the phone lines open. What's up, Bree? What's up, Gito? Some people just got indigestion. How about they trust their gut? Yeah. Let's see. Y'all, let's see, man. No cap.
Call from
Dorsey.
What up, Doris?
Hey, what's up, plug?
Nah, shit cool. And what it do?
Not much, man. I had people up there trying to reach me, man. On my little thing, Freddie Dorsey YouTube. You know, I got 701 views thanks to you.
That's all good, man. I hear something in the
Yeah,
background
man.
now.
I put a message on them for them. I said, if you can plug, coming.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
If you ain't from plug, I don't know you. What?
Hell yeah. But how you feel about the Candace, man, and the clips?
Hey, man. She milking it for all it's worth, dog. Come on now. There's so many noodles on the wall and ain't none of them stuck, right? If it was this cat, then it was that cat, then it was this, then it was that. And if that was the case, her PI or private detective or whoever she got on the case, they would have found something concrete that she could basically go to the authorities or to the newspapers or to whoever and show them, like, look, this is what I found out. Coming from, you know, it's like if somebody in your family got murdered, and then, you know, like the police department or sheriff's department tried to cover it up, right? You're gonna have your people, you know, your people gonna have a private detective and everything, find out, you know, do an autopsy, all that. They gonna find something out, and then they gonna come back with a major lawsuit or something, right? But everything she been saying, it sounds good, but she ain't got no 100% concrete evidence of it, right? Just because a person don't flip the fuck out because somebody gets shot and they stay on their cell phone or whatever, hey, the man might have been in shock. Or the man might have been part of the conspiracy. But until you figure out what he was talking about on that phone, you ain't got nothing to put, you ain't got no case. I mean, that's just what they call circumstantial evidence, right? Okay, so that's how I look at it, as circumstantial evidence. It looks suspicious, but on the other hand, what's the motive? What's the motive of him getting killed? You see where I'm coming from? I mean, I ain't
She
mad
said
about
it's a
nobody.
political motive.
I mean, well, okay, so by killing Charlie Kirk, what's gonna happen? What was gonna happen?
By killing Charlie Kirk, that's bringing out a whole movement of Republicans. It's I am Charlie. A lot of people are coming out said that they were never going to vote. Now they vote. They're trying to secure the midterms is what the theories are out there. That's what they say. They using it to secure the midterm.
Oh, okay, so he was a martyr, right?
That's what they're saying.
Okay,
some
but
people
you know
believe.
martyrs-
Some people believe that.
Okay, but depending on what state you in, Charlie Kirk don't mean amount up to a hill of beans. And on what state you in. Now, if you got, say, 7,000 followers scattered in the state, not going to influence. That's not going to shift no vote. Not on no state level. Maybe on a county level or whatever. But when it comes to something like the big picture, I mean, yeah, Charlie Kirk was a celebrity, and you know now he's a martyr. Not going to change the outcome of things. You know, the world moves on. I mean, she's the only one. I mean, to be honest with you, Charlie Kirk, anything associated with him ain't been in the news cycle for the last week and a half, has it?
I mean, yeah, it's still been in there. We talked about it a few times, remember?
Yeah, but I'm talking about news cycles. See, y'all them investigators. See, y'all YouTube sleuths. See what I'm saying? Y'all like Scooby-Doo. You see see what I'm saying? Don't nobody take it serious until y'all catch the culprit. But with you, I understand you trying to analyze it and trying to see what if you can find something. But Candace got how much money she got? A couple $100 million?
I don't know.
You know, her hubby or whatever worth $100 million.
Right.
So my whole thing is, you know, she can have them top-notch detectives get out there and find out that uncover this stuff. Then she says she got insider information and all this, right? But at the same time, it ain't added up to nothing. You know what I'm saying? I could see if it was, you know, maybe you're right, and maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm known to be wrong many times if you count my marriages. But like I said, more than that, ain't nobody asked. Anyway, like I said, I mean, it's a topic that, you know, a lot of people have a lot of questions, but nobody seems to have any answers. I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah, but I got somebody calling in, and let me say this while you on the line. H. Buster, if you don't quit calling Dorsey Mayor in here, I'm finna time your ass out.
Hey, I ain't had shit to do with that, man. Next thing,
I'm finna time his ass out.
I
H.
came
Buster
on the
finna
thing,
get
next
timed
thing
out.
they saying Mayor Dorsey. I'm like, hell no, I don't want to be mayor. Now, Emperor Dorsey, now that got a good ring to it. But mayor, hell no, I don't want to be no damn mayor. I want to run.
Yeah, Dorsey, they said you taking shots at me calling this shit Scooby-Doo. They said, what's to you?
What?
They said they said you tried to shame me, low key. They said, what's up with Dorsey?
I ain't trying to shame you, man. Scooby-Doo is one of my favorite cartoons. What you talking about?
They said you being disrespectful.
Who's trying? See, Flood, they always be trying to bring division, bruh. Don't fall for it, bruh. Don't fall for it, bruh.
H. Buster, I'm gonna time you out because you keep calling Dorsey mayor. He ain't even been elected, man. We gotta elect Dorsey if y'all wanted to be
y'all
mayor.
ain't even gave me no wrench. What happened with that? I was supposed to get a damn wrench. I ain't even get that.
Yo, we gonna send them folks to Dorsey City. We gonna send them folks to Dorsey City if y'all elect them.
Hey man, check this out. If y'all elect me, I'm telling you like this. Everything's free. Free electricity.
And that's why we gonna send them folks over there.
You think, man, Danny was a mug? Hey, I got everything free. Free drugs, free drinks.
You try to give away my free Zy bags. That's why we gonna send them folks over there.
Oh, yeah. Did I win?
No.
Okay, then y'all don't get no Zaza bags. I'm sorry.
See how Dorsey doing, y'all? He making promises he can't fulfill already, and y'all finna elect him.
I didn't even run for shit. What y'all talking about? Everything.
That's H. Buster. You know he from across the pond. He don't know how shit go over here, man.
Oh, okay. H. Buster, stop that. This ain't jolly old England, nigga. We don't get down like that. We don't get down. You just can't make nobody no king or mayor and shit, okay? You gotta go through the proper channels and bribe a few people, okay? You ain't bribe nobody. Unplug.
Right. Let me get to this other caller, man. I appreciate it, Dorsey.
I love y'all. Vote for Dorsey.
Hell
Vote for me, and
man. You ain't finna get no motherfucking campaign time over here. He trying to campaign, man. Who running against Dorsey, man? Who gonna run against Dorsey, man? For mayor, I'm trying to endorse somebody to run against Dorsey, man.
Yo.
What it do, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Art, Southside, USA.
What it do?
Are we still talking about the Candace thing?
Yeah. We talking about Candace. We talking about the Tyler Robinson, the private text messages, and also we was talking about the NAACP back at Abigail Spencer over Winston Earl Sears.
I'm not aware about the NAACP stuff. But in regards to the Candace stuff, I think it's quite interesting how kind of leaving out other discoveries. Yo, can you still hear me?
Yeah. Are you on speakerphone?
Yeah.
Yeah, try to take us off speaker so they can hear you better.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like there's been some development as time has gone by. I don't know if people have seen like some of the data that's been pulled like on the Google searches about all the specific people who handled Charlie Kirk's body. Specific country that I'm not gonna name right now for whatever reason. Searching these like the coroner or the doctor or the judge, there's like an increased amount of search results, particular people who are dealing with Charlie Kirk situation, right? From said country.
Correct.
And
you said they was also allegedly searching JD Vance too, and the people around him.
Interesting, right? But it's like, people want to just like forget about stuff like that. So when I'm hearing Dorsey say stuff like Candace is just milking it, it's like you're saying Candace is milking it, but other people are also still finding more things going on with what's going on, and it's like, how many years is it gonna take until like, we find out, oh, there was more going on with Charlie Kirk than what the government was telling us.
Why are they making a trial private if it's a state matter?
Exactly. But it's like, again, people just want to say that, oh, she's just milking this. This is nothing or whatnot. Until like years later, whatever discovery comes out, it's like, oh my God, it was a conspiracy. Like, bro, you know what they be saying? Like, nowadays, the difference between a conspiracy and fact is about 6 months to 10 years. So it's like, bro, if we've all seen this song and dance before, how come we can't just like jump on it like as soon as it happens versus waiting it out? Like, actually, like, let the independent investigators do their thing of investigating. Why has somebody always got to milk it? Like, all right, you're not doing the investigating. Like, you're not putting your time and money into it to figure out what's really going on. You're getting mad that somebody's actually putting real resources into it. And this isn't a diss to Dorsey. This is more so a perspective on everybody who's saying, oh, she's just milking it. She just need to move on and whatnot. And like, bruh, is that how you would act if your best friend just got killed and cops is telling you a bunch of weird stuff? Like, this isn't just somebody this is her real life friend, right? So you got to think about it from your own real life perspective. If your homie just got killed and you know some weird stuff is going on in regards to how your homie just got killed and cops are telling you a bunch of weird stuff, if you actually had the time, money, and resources to do something about it, won't you do something? And if you didn't, that just means you're not a real friend at the end of the day. So what we're all seeing right now is Candace being a real friend. So everybody out there hates
Yeah, even outside of that, I mean, it's like that's her job. Like, investigative journalism is her job. Like, people have been doing this shit for decades and decades, and it's still people covering cases, cold cases and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You just brought up a really good point about the cold case stuff. Because, like, stuff like that, people are still telling you, hey, forget about it, move on. But it's like, yo, this hasn't really been solved yet. And then years later, it finally gets solved. And the reason it gets solved is because somebody didn't let it go. They didn't like how it ended. They didn't like how it was handled. So they took it upon themselves to get it done.
Right, I'm saying, Lynn, I'm saying outside of her being his friend, it's like people are mad at her for doing her damn job. You know what I'm saying? Like, we act like this has not been her job. Like, she bounces between shit, but investigative journalism is what she does. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the fuck she does. Like,
point that you're making. That's an even greater point that you're making. Thank you for saying that, bro. This is literally her job. That's another point on that. And people talking about she's milking it. So it's like, if anything, she has all the motivation in the world to do what she's doing it. Like, it's her job and it's her close personal friend. Like, it hits home. this actually hit home for her. Like, folks out there, they just want to forget it because they're living their comfortable lives in their bubble, and they don't realize that this low-key affects everybody. It affects our lives because, as you pointed out to Dorsey, like, this is there's a political ploy behind all of it.
Yeah, you didn't see they had the voter registration at the funeral.
Yes, bro. Yes, I remember.
And they were saying they got thousands and thousands of sign-ups, people that never voted before.
Exactly. And on top of that, all the people who were there, they registered their.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that there is a political aspect to it. Like TPUSA, what did they say? They were big. They were big time money makers. You know what I'm saying, for the Republican Party. So it's kind of on par for what they do over there.
Exactly, bro. All this affects everybody. Politics affects everybody, whether they like it or not, right? And on top of that, the people who were there at that event for Charlie Kirk, people who were registering their phones, their data actually ended up getting tracked. I forget what it's called in particular, but it's like now their database is now in whatever type of mainframe for them to be continuously tracked. I'm trying to remember what the phrasing is, but they have their phone data. They know where they're at. Like it's like if they go to a specific church or something like that. Either way, they signed up for something, and now somebody got your information. They know where you are. They know what you're doing on your phone. All of that, especially if you go into specific areas. And it's like, I think it's actually like being an American nowadays. It's like you have to have some level of cognitive dissonance to like live a normal life, or just because it's like you see all these things happening around you, you hear all this news and whatnot, but it's like in order to just carry on, you just have to block out certain things. Like, oh yeah, they did this, so yeah, but that doesn't pertain to me. That doesn't concern me. And ultimately,
hold on, caller. Darkin, she is a political commentator, but like she went to school for journalism. Like that's where she has a journalism background. However you want to cut the cake, however you want to make the cookie crumble, she has a journalism background. Double tap the screen, shut her live out. We're 25 subs away from the next sub goal. Go ahead, caller.
I mean, bro, that's pretty much it, man. Everybody living in their bubble and getting mad at Candace Owens for doing what you just said, what she literally went to school for. This is her literal job. She's actually using her degree in a time when most people don't end up using their degree. Here she is actually using her degree. I think they're kind of mad at her because she's making money off of it, and they're kind of hating on that. It's hating on a woman for making money off of the skills that she actually learned in school.
Yeah, she says she got 2 degrees. If you Google it, they say there's no verified source that she has a degree. But regardless, she studied journalism. You know what I'm saying? She studied journalism, so she got a journalism background.
Man, that whoever is saying that, bro, it sounds like they're just hating, bro. Sounds like they're just trying to figure out.
Nah, that's Darkin cool, but shit, Darkin just said she a political commentator, which she is.
I see them in the chat. Yeah,
she is a political commentator, but she has a journalism background.
She both.
Right.
She both. Yeah, man, Darkin cool, man, but he's definitely hating right now. But yeah, that's all, man. Hey, bro, appreciate your show, bro. Appreciate you having me on.
All right, man. I appreciate you. All right, man. We got the phone lines back open. What it do, Top Cat? Yeah, they said she studied journalism. So either way, man, whether she got a degree or not, she got a journalism background. I have a former congressman stealing money from a state to contribute to his kids' campaign. Shit, what you be call in? The phone number pin, call in. Since you say we focused on stuff like this, call in right now. Call. I don't know nothing about it. Call in and let us know about it. Who the hell is your congressman? Who the hell is your the kids' campaign? Call in.
Cat.
Yeah, go on and call in, EB, about that former congressman stealing money to donate to his kid campaign, and call in. Go ahead. What's up, Top Cat?
Hey, what's going down? I just got up on here. I was hearing the comments from the last brother, and he had a good insight on things, man. But he had said something, and I'm gonna push back on it a little bit. It can be called hating, you know. I'm Top Cat. I don't give a fuck what nobody think. What I'm saying. Is it true or not? You know. But me.
Hold on 1 second, Top Cat. Son said you said what makes a journalist legit? What are the requirements? You can get a press pass. Once you apply for a press pass, I think it costs like $120 something. Yeah, it's a journalist. Call it what you want. Say it's low, whatever, man. Hey, your ass get that press pass. Your ass a journalist, man. I don't got one though. Go ahead, Top Cat.
Yeah, that'll make you official. But the first time that you went to class and they said, let's make a little journal, everybody do a journal, you became a journalist. Like, it's not a specific requirement for taking down information and seeing if it's creditable and then presenting it. Now, you're a journalist and you're listed. But on the point of what he was saying, I'm pushing back on this part of it. Like, no, that shit don't affect me. I mean, like, I really don't, like, this Charlie Kirk, it's an issue that we're sitting up here talking about. I'm not into politics like that, and I don't think it affects me because, like he was saying, if you have a friend or somebody that passed away and you had money, you know, under weird-ass circumstances, and you have money and different things, wouldn't you investigate? Wouldn't you try? Well, they would if they would let you try.
Hold on. Hey, H-Buster, you can't do personal attacks in the comments now. They gonna time your ass out. They gonna get you up out of here for that. Yeah, don't do no personal attacks at Maddie. Maddie, don't do no personal attacks at H-Buster either, man. You know the mods don't play that shit. Not like that.
Yeah.
That is shadow ban the channel too when y'all talking like that at each other. Go ahead.
Hey, y'all both cool, man. Yeah, I'll be hollering back with both of y'all, man. Y'all both have y'all points, man. It's okay to disagree. I'm telling y'all, I know y'all finna disagree with what I'm saying right now, probably, but like I said, I'm Top Cat, and I don't give a fuck, like 100%. Like, it ain't like it's changing my life. But none of this situation, like Charlie Kirk's situation, changed shit in my life because I have had homies that went down. Like I said, I've had homies that have been in jail and got hung, and no matter how much money we had, we couldn't help or they wouldn't let us investigate. There's been situations where there's been some mysterious stuff that's happened, and they won't even let us get an autopsy, or they'll burn up the body before you can even deal with it. So it's a political ploy on hers that she is in a position to do something. And I feel like she's going to milk it, and I feel like she has the whole complete right to milk it, and she's in the right place, but it doesn't affect me. I mean, Kirk got bumped.
I'm going to push back and say it potentially it can affect you with the voting, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if the Democrats were on par to win, you know what I'm saying, midterms, and now the Republicans take the midterms? Like, I think that's what he was saying. It affects you.
I get that. That's what I'm saying. But you talking to somebody who don't give a damn about either one of those sides and how they win.
Yeah, right. Like no, what I'm saying is whether you care about it or not, it still affects you. Like, shit, it's still affecting us.
Oh, I mean, on the point of the presence on how you have to live in the United States and how laws are made and different stuff like that. But when you don't, I don't identify with none of that. I go by the law of the land or the law laid on the land because I just have to survive on a different point. How it happens and who changes it. When Ronald Reagan got shot, it didn't change my damn life too damn much. All these different attempts when Trump got shot, he got taken out. It affected my life when my homies got shot. It affected my life, my family, the godparents, different things. And that's what I was saying on a personal point, not just political. It's a political ploy that could be used for that by people that are gangbanging, but I don't deal with the gangbanging stuff. So I feel like it's just another point of gang violence, the same thing that they say about stuff that affects my life. Oh, they're dead. It's 13 got shot, and that's just, random gang violence. Well, to me, that's all that was. But on a different aspect, just giving everybody insight on what I was talking about completely. These things have happened and became situations in the United States all the time. but they have been funneled to the way that people want to use them. And now that because of social media and these different things, she's in her position to be able to talk and do some things that people weren't in a position to do before. So that's kind of outstanding, and people will say she's milking it. But when these things happen, like right now, they're saying, oh, this is a political play. When those people got killed on buses and civil rights, these people did get caught when we're talking about cold cases. How many people, like, you got to think there was probably over 150 people that died that are cold cases that they won't even investigate. You get what I'm saying? So I don't, on my point, just where I sit politically and political insight in the United States, I'm a zero. You know, even my vote's a zero. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't even matter what I think. And then half the people that I deal with can't vote because they've been to the penitentiary. So I don't think it's a point of me, like, or affecting me or people like me that damn much. We really don't care. We talk about this because it's another issue. I can tell you, oh, is Jordan the best or is LeBron the best?
But
oh,
then
I
gotta push back on that again because it's kind of like you akin to civil rights, and it's like, isn't that what a lot of civil rights was for? The rights to vote, the rights to not get rid, to not what do they call it, where they mess with the polls. Where they changed the polling stations to where people have a hard time to go vote. Like, that's what they was fighting for. So to say it doesn't matter is kind of, you know, it's kind of going against what you was just speaking on right before that.
But that my point is, when somebody tried that was like me or coming from my situation, all those cases, there was no rigmarole like this.
Right, because it was one of you and then another one of somebody else, and a whole lot of those ones got together and made a change.
Yeah, I mean, but that change was made because of how they affected society in a different place. It did not change the point for just one person. Everybody has usurped that. That's exactly what I'm saying, and I feel like this is a usurp and a negating of those situations. We're going to talk about cold cases. It's 150 people that died for something, and nothing ever came from it when it came to a criminal investigation. That's what I'm saying. What she's pushing for and trying to end the blame and all that, there's nobody, none of those mayors and stuff that sent those people out were ever convicted. They didn't ever, half of them died happy with their children and all that. So Candace is pushing something on that end, but she's milking it too. But does it affect me? No, I feel like it's a ploy that's being used from a long time ago of something that was invented by other people that were sacrificing their lives and doing these things. So now that he's been in a position that it looks like that, I don't feel like it affects me. Like, that's old to me. Oh, wow, y'all lost 1 to 150. Oh, you're going to find somebody to blame for it, but it's no blame for all these people that lost their parents, all these people that sacrificed themselves when they had not $1. They didn't have no money to make on the internet. They didn't have no associations, and the ones that they dealt with were have cricket in the first place and March for Peace and did all these different things in the same point for freedom of speech, and they didn't get these same things. They didn't get nobody caring about what happened or if there was justice in other situation. That's why I say it doesn't really affect me what's going on now.
Correct, but let's go. Let's look at it from the other point of view, from like a different culture and how everything kind of switched when George Floyd passed. That was a one. You know what I'm saying? When George Floyd did pass, that was a one, but a lot of change did happen.
Yeah,
and it got infiltrated. It did get infiltrated to the so much change happened to the point that it got infiltrated.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, here's another example of what I'm talking about. So the R. Kelly situation. All right, now I'm not protecting no rapists, none of that type of situation. You know what I mean? I'm just presenting truth and facts. From what I saw, a person that got discouraged and hurt over a situation a long time ago they went to college, they spent most of their life trying to take one person down. They were doing investigative journalism over what hurt their feelings or what they wanted to do until they put a person and other people's lives in political situations and personal situations, everything out in front of the whole world just to appease the point that somebody didn't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? So where is the point of the validity in that? Even though you might have got to a point where you might have feel like you got justice for some people, you spent your whole life, all that different education on the point of taking down one person because of a personal aspect out of your life. Nobody did nothing wrong to you, that you just got denied. So I'm looking at these same different, this culture, you know, this cancel culture, this point of where you will spend your whole life instead of living life trying to take somebody down and then use the education system and use other people's opinion to justify some stuff that is a complete vendetta for you. Now, that's why I'm saying Candace has the right to have a vendetta because she knew him personally. And my point, as me being in Southern California, grew up in the gang culture, and seen all these different laws and everything get put towards us and everything, it doesn't affect me at all. You know what I mean? Because I don't give a damn if Kirk got popped for freedom of speech. My people have been fighting for that and dying for that forever. So one of y'all has this big effect over the whole earth because of the change in social media and the change in people's understanding like this is something new. It's not really new. You get what I'm saying? That's where I'm seeing it. Like, so how does it affect me when I walk down the street? They're still going to do the same different things. And how's it going to affect my voting culture? No, it's affecting the young people that don't really know what people have went through to vote in this country. You know, these little things that are being put up had no effect on people that look like me. Saying, oh, you can't vote here. They're making it harder on you to vote. Well, I'm sorry, it ain't really that much. It ain't harder for me to vote than it's been in this country. We couldn't vote. So if I got to drive to L.A. to vote, and that's what I choose to do, that's not a big deal for me to do compared to my parents or compared to my grandparents. So how does this stuff really affect me? Everything is still easier for me. I still got an easier road, and no matter in what situation. Charlie Kirk got shot. It's the easier road for me. Luckily, it wasn't somebody up there with some curly hair and some beautiful melanated skin. So, for one, it's not somebody like that. So, I don't feel like it affects me. I feel like shit. Enos Cosby affected me more. I feel like different stuff affected me more. This is affecting people that feel like they have a constituents or a connection with Charlie Kirk. Only connection I have with Charlie Kirk.
I think we're defining affected on two different levels. I know we broke it down kind of a little bit before, but I'm not really saying that it has to like, oh, you have like you're sad. I'm saying like the fallout. The fallout on how people are more open with the language now. The fallout on how just the political ramifications. There's a new generation of people being raised. The I Am Charlie Kirk movement. There's a lot going on around the situation. So whether I'm not saying it has to affect you on a mental level, but just in life, like it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thing. So for me, just saying it doesn't affect you, I just don't see how that's true. Now that could be your truth, but I just don't even see how that could be the truth because shit, it's a lot going on, even with the elections to with the way people are talking now, the whole free speech debate. And just, I don't know. Maybe that's just, me.
I feel like the politics are being put into younger people's faces that have been politics of other people all the time. So when we go to the Rodney King situation, and then that cop got out here and they tried to break him Rubidoux and kill him. There was different situations where I saw the world, Republican, Democrat, different people, but we had a different social point where there was something that always stopped us from gangbanging. And that was the point of the approach of us being United States citizens and anything else embarking on us. The only thing I'm seeing changing more, I'm more scared of them cats that were sitting back there in them goddamn Fruit Loop hats, you know what I'm saying, than I am about what the hell Charlie Kirk's situation is going to go. These situations are appalling to them, and I'm going to say it straight up. People are going to be mad. It's so damn appalling because the boy was Caucasian, white meat, white patty, whatever the hell you want to call it. That's why it's making such a big difference. And then we can compare the Floyd situation, but the Floyd situation was an uprising of people being upset about something that's happened contagiously and continuously throughout the whole United States. At every liquor store, there's been somebody that's been choked out, beat, or treated like that. Kirk put himself in that situation. He put himself in a vulnerable situation. That's why I give him props for the bravery for what he was doing. But when you're walking around and you're taking that position, you're automatically making yourself a target. So that's the same as they said when you walk down the street and you got a red rag in your right pocket or a blue rag in your left pocket, or you got your hat turned to the side, or you got your leg put up. Oh, correct. You're just a
and what I'm gonna say is this: before we get to something else, like with me, when we even look at the George Floyd situation, we look at the Charlie Kirk situation. It's like the white people that didn't care about George Floyd, I wasn't mad at them. The black people that don't care about Charlie Kirk, I'm not mad at them. But I just can't say that I wasn't affected by either because societal changes. Both affected me. Whether it be good, bad, or in between, both affected me. I feel like both affected America. That's my opinion. But personally, people caring or not, whether you care or not, it affected you is what it all boils down to me. It affected us. That's my take on it. And I
I get your point. Like, it affected the environment. You can't say that the rain didn't affect you if it's raining everywhere. I get what you're saying. My point is, only thing I'm saying is, yes, it affected the environment, but the environment switches. It's just the next situation for it. For me, if you're sitting on the bottom in all these different situations, it doesn't get that bad. Just like how they talk about the Great Depression. The Great Depression affected everyone, but it didn't affect certain black people as much because we were already in the goddamn Great Depression. So somebody get knocked off or something like, oh, you're not getting bread. You guys weren't giving me bread anyway. So how in the hell am I hurt that bad? I'm actually in a better position because I started my garden while y'all was running around in the roaring 20s. I started my garden, so when the Great Depression hit, I had food and y'all didn't because y'all been putting me through a Great Depression for 400 years before this. So I don't have
white folks wasn't too mad when Martin Luther King died. That's what I'm saying. But they were affected. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that it affected them drastically to where their life just changed, but some shit went on after Martin Luther King died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there were so many different avenues. The usurp of the certain things, and the point that this camp is being usurped by somebody trying to compare themselves to somebody that didn't have it. Like how people say free speech, free speech, free speech. Well, I can tell you that millennials been having some pretty damn free speech since they were around, since 1982. You've had a bigger voice than anybody else has had in history. So I understand that trying to keep it or hold it back, and hold it back are two different things, but you've had a larger realm of speaking in different things, period. That's what I'm saying. So when I see this, it's more of a ploy than I see it as a real situation that's affecting somebody that's been through this before.
Right. I'm not debating the origins of it. I'm not debating whether the situations are similar. I'm just debating when you say it don't affect me. That's what my debate was.
I mean, that's really a personal. That's why I said I could expect people to push back on that. I'm telling you personally, when I wake up in the morning, Charlie Kirk does not run through my mind no more than any other person. The point that somebody passed away or got murdered in a terrible situation, it does pull on my heartstrings, but no more than the boy that got hit with 50K bullets down at this store down here that has these candles that burn every night.
Correct.
You know, I don't look at it to the point that it affects me no more than just somebody else that got taken out in a terrible situation. He has no political ploy for me. He does not excite me.
But the difference is the boy that got shot down the street is not gonna cause people to call you a DEI hire. You know what I'm saying? Now that Charlie Kirk's been assassinated, people that weren't even thinking about DEI heard about DEI are calling everybody DEI hires. And situations like that are arising now.
And that's what I said. Kirk put himself in a position to be a target. You put yourself on the platform to be in that situation. So I do see how it can change things. You see it, you like the stuff you were showing in Europe about how those people were reacting to something that happened. And I'm going to say, and people going to be mad for this plug after dark, keep telling you I don't give a fuck, it was only because it was white bread. Other people dying. You get what I'm saying? That have those same political features. How did we start putting him on the political chart as if he was in apartheid or if he went through anything?
Because that's the difference, Top Cat. It's not because what you're not getting is Charlie Kirk was famous. If it was just a regular Republican, it wouldn't have been a big of a deal. If you want to know the truth, Charlie Kirk was super famous. Like, the dude had a big platform, but not only did he have a big platform, he ran ads. He was running ads, and then he had a political background. He had ties to this foreign government as well. So when he died, it was a lot to unpack on top of him already being famous and in the algorithm and having famous friends and powerful friends that are going to talk about it. So that's the difference.
Yeah, the ones that are listening, just because he had people like that he's saying about, I think that was Maddie is saying about Candace, because she was a friend and she has people that can help and money that can actually be distributed on this situation. Well, everybody else, so it's the Black Panther Party, those people that got killed, they were pretty super popular across the United States and had
Nobody cared when those Democratic people got smoked up there. Nobody talks about that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. If it was a regular politician, they would have talked about it for about, you know what I'm saying, a week. Charlie Kirk was famous. That's what I don't think people get how famous Charlie Kirk was, how famous the people around him were, and how much of a story there was to unpack. When you put all three of those things together, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't surprise me because that's what I said. I feel like it's a ploy. You know, you put yourself in a position to be martyred, whether here or not, whether unalived or not. You put yourself in that position to take the ridicule. That was what you were doing, and you touched the youth. That's what I'm saying. Like Mamdani, ain't he only in his 30s or something? He's pretty young, right?
Thank you, Gito.
I'm looking at him. If the same thing happens, I would expect the same things to happen. The whole world would go crazy. Everybody be, that was I wouldn't even call it anti-Semitism because they don't respect the point of that. But they would call it all these different political ploys, and there would be certain factions that would be modern this dude. But once we look back, this is when you know I'm a history guy. But I'm looking back on all these different people. They were being called communists. They had ties to other political people too in Africa and Europe and Asia. All these different other people that didn't get martyred or didn't get treated this way. They're writing books about them now. We're just now finding out about them. They were tucked under. There's a reason why Charlie Kirk ain't being tucked right now. The person I see tucking him the most, truthfully tucking him like in his back pocket the most, is Trump. Trump is not riding that train. You know what I'm saying? He's like, okay, we have to move on. We have to go ahead, and I have responsibilities to the country. While the country wants to sit back and martyr this situation, I feel because of Floyd. Because of all the bad press, he was on this, and that was okay to kill him. He was messing up and doing all that, and so now here goes a political ploy where somebody was sitting up there and he was completely sober. He's supposed to be this damn national monument sitting up here arguing for the rights of Americans, and then he gets knocked down. So who gets put under the blanket now? So George Floyd gets put under the blanket. All these different other people because they are regular citizens. And then we're supposed to respect this dude or put him in a different point because of his social media, ploy. Like basically, so
it's not about us. It's about the internet doing what the internet does. It's about the algorithms. These platforms are here to sell ads. So if it's gonna generate that, George Floyd, it took over the social media, but Charlie Kirk already had his own platforms with millions of followers. He already had friends with millions of followers. So once the algorithm catches that, it's just gonna be pushed out regardless. So it's not about us caring about it. It's about this is what's going to be. Do you not know on X, the day after Charlie Kirk passed away, it was 2 million tweets on that's just one platform.
Wow. That's what I'm saying. He built himself to a position, and he used the algorithm. Well, there was rhythms before this internet stuff. That's what I'm saying.
But Charlie Kirk was that famous, and he still ran ads too. So you got to understand too that that's a whole different. When I'm thinking of, I'm a creator myself, even though I'm a streamer / creator, commentator, whatever you want to call it. But when I think of how much content that man was putting out, the style of content he was putting out, on top of that, he's running ads. Yeah, he might have had. Of course, he had donors. He had big pockets around him and shit. But it's like that's a different level of visibility.
Exactly. And I'm saying it's always been like that. It's just they ain't getting knocked off. We go to like say the civil rights movement of the 80s, there was always somebody propped up in that position to be the most socially inept. Everybody knows who they are. They're the ones pushing it. The mayor of Alabama during the civil rights struggle and the mayor of Georgia, these were the people you were going to see when you looked at the paper. If one of them would have got knocked off, the whole world would be changed. We might still even be segregated. So in this aspect, in this ploy, you get what I'm saying? I see Charlie Kirk saying that I'm going to be deployed. The whole Republican Party looked at him as he's our new clean-cut guy that we're going to put out that doesn't have a stain.
Look at it, because you got to look at it too like any business. Charlie Kirk was a high earner. His company brought in $150 million a year allegedly for the Republicans. So this
exactly.
is a different level of and that's his organization, but his omnipresence was bigger than Turning Point. Charlie Kirk name would hit the algorithms more than Turning Point would. Turning Point, it's like the Bulls to Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
yeah.
Turning Point is the Bulls. They got the bread. This is the organization. But it's like shit. When you talk about Charlie Kirk, like this is his shit. You know what I'm saying? That's who's gonna sell the tickets. Turning Point wasn't selling the tickets. Charlie Kirk was, and his guests.
Yeah. I mean, you're 100% correct on that. And just like you said, 150 million different situations. All these cats have that same pool, but who can be at the forefront that don't have, dirty feet? Kirk was that guy for them. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he started at such an age where he could be followed, and then he had the young market. He definitely had the young people thinking, and he was basically pushing up this young, I'm gonna tell you, this young victim mode of white folks that seriously don't want to acknowledge stuff, but they want to say that they're what do they call it? We have they're trying to white guilt wave. He really rode that, and he rode with those people that don't acknowledge different things because they weren't even born there. So they sitting up here saying, why should I feel sorry, or why am I responsible for that? Have you seen Michael Jordan? Have you seen Shaq? No, what are you talking about? So why do I have to pay reparations, or why do I have to feel sorry about or accept the things that I should have to accept to be un-American? So he helped people in that aspect of when they were thinking about white guilt before they ever did a white acceptance. So I feel like he rode a ploy in a way, and yes, I feel like he's going to be the most popular, and he changed things on how society is. But my society, I'm just saying, my own personal little bubble of society, has never depended on the law. Or never depended on politics. We have to deal with the results of what's going to happen, whether it was Democratic or Republican, whether it was state or federal, and whatever they changed, we just had to change our way of living because it was never going to be accepted by any of them. I don't know if Charlie Kirk would have been a person that would have even sat down and had a conversation with me, even though people think that it's such free speech or anybody could have talked to him. I don't believe that. I believe that everything was set up, just like this Chauncey Billups stuff and all this stuff. I feel if there can be that stuff going on in the NBA, why am I going to sit up here and look at politics and say that Charlie Kirk is everything?
Tell you, Top Cat, I believe if you would have went to a Turning Point event and stepped up to that microphone, I believe he would have talked to you.
Oh yeah, at a Turning Point event, I'm talking about on a different ploy of what really needs to happen to improve different situations. Like if I wanted to talk to him personally about what's going on with rural farmers, bearing that I watched all the rural farmers out here get pushed to the desert and move to automation and mess up my whole neighborhood. Now, only thing that can prosper out here is nothing but taco stands.
I believe he would have had that convo if you would have stepped up to that microphone. He would have had that convo. I mean, the man is he's heading a $150 million business. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got time to just sit down and talk one-on-one to everybody. I mean, he takes 3-4 hours when he does these events to give people time to come up and talk. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the mic they be waiting for people to come to the mic. So I'm pretty sure you would have been able to have that. And I'm just being honest because I'm looking at Myron, Charlie Kirk, Destiny, all of these people, Shapiro, Crowder, all of these people that go out and talk. Like, if you step up to that mic, they really not turning any questions down.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm talking about on a debate situation, like, they're not. Of course, you're going to press your ploy for your biases. I'm talking about, like, when I'm speaking to somebody, bearing that he was different, say in a political situation of solving a problem. If that solving of a problem doesn't consider the situations that were going on, Charlie Kirk, he spoke very definite in a whole bunch of situations. That's why people are pissed off when he starts bringing up the stats. But like I said before, you ain't been around to talk about the stats that you're talking about in that manner. All you're doing is speaking numbers of experiences that you haven't been around. You weren't around in 77 to 79 when gas went up and the whole United States was messed up. But you're sitting up here talking about it like you understand the effects. You don't even understand the effects. Was your parents even affected by those situations? Do you have any skin in the game? And that's why I was saying about the young people in these situations. They're running behind something. Back in the day, people were smart enough to know that the older people that they were talking about things were talking from experience. When I see Charlie Kirk now and how he has pushed the game of using a debate and an anarchy point to push a religious and civil understanding of something else being better, or this is a better way to do things, but he has no skin in the game. He has no skin in the game. So that's why I was like, it doesn't affect me that much because I'm listening to somebody that's talking about stuff, and the computer can come up with a whole bunch of situations, but he can't tell you about one time that you pricked your finger over any situation it went into. He can't tell me about emotion. He can't tell me about the real effects. He can't tell me about the street situation. Charlie Kirk has became the realest he's ever been since he took them slugs. Before that, who are you? You're just somebody that's a commentator that's looking at stats and coming and saying this will work, that'll work, this will work, that'll work, but you haven't lived long enough to see one of those programs come to fruition. And we've been, before the was born, when we were still dealing with Iraq and still have been dealing with them and just now pulled out and are still in the Middle East. He never was even around during the true Cold War period, but he's talking about how we deal with different countries and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. You got to have some skin in the game. So, no, he doesn't affect me because, truthfully, in my mind, you don't really know what the hell you're talking about. You're just talking about the numbers and the stats. The same way people will be talking about who's the best and who's the best at that. Well, if you've never seen Lou Alcindor play, it's kind of hard for you to sit up there and say, well, I know this person is better because they got championships. Bro, have you ever seen this guy play? You know, do you know what he really could do? You know, that's, playing ball and stuff, you've seen that before. You've seen guys that ain't never made it to college that were better than half the people that got drafted and all that. So where was your skin in the game? How many did you look at the losses and the repercussions of the different things that you're putting forward? No, you're a millennial. You don't really know about these different things, but you're just speaking on them in a statistic point. So that's why I say he don't have no skin in the game, and it don't affect me. Does it affect the world? Yeah, it's like rain. Everybody, a white guy, something happened to a white man. You know what I mean? But on an everyday basis, it's happening to people that have those same things. So, look at they switched it to Charlie Kirk being their point, and what do we watch die all the time? People that are damn near just as popular as Charlie Kirk are rappers that's dying that got millions of followers, they got millions of this, but they don't have the same effect. They have political positions, they have all these different things, but those things don't matter because they are entertainers.
What rappers had the political positions that died like that? I mean, we could talk about it, but it's like, shit, I'm going to keep it real. Dolph, what's going on with Dolph still is relevant depending on what circle you in. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people don't understand politics, but it's not affecting people because that's not sending people to the voter booth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you talk about, like I'm just trying to say, like people who held political positions, those are rappers that died. Like I can't name one. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real.
I believe they all have political positions. They're just not respected because they're going to say the same thing as I'm going to say. I'll be like, okay, I'm voting for what's the best for me and mine, me and my children Me and my community, I'm voting for the best of that. It's not Republican or Democrat. I lose respect as soon as I say that because everybody else is gangbanging. Just like I'm an outsider, I'm a neutron. I'm outsider. You get what I mean? As soon as I say that, oh, he's just playing the game. No, I'm not playing the game at all. That's what I'm saying. I don't play y'all game. Y'all, I'm not gonna be on, on one side of the wing, on the other side of the wing. But it's the same damn bird. I don't fly with them birds. Period. They fly their own way. I sit my ass here on this pond and I watch what the hell they're doing and I protect myself from the situation because that's the only way that my people have ever survived in this damn country. It ain't never really mattered. In the end, I already know that y'all are coming. Who's going to get the terrible end of the stick? So that's why I said no matter what Charlie Kirk is doing, freedom of speech and whatever, you're using a privilege that other people that you would have had anyway. So your ploy is like, okay, you would have had that anyway. You're using a ploy from somebody else that had to bleed for that. So I don't think that.
Yeah, Pac was political, but you know what I'm saying. Pac was. He was more social reform, social justice. Like Pac didn't like just back a party or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? A political party.
Yeah, he didn't back none of that. That's what I'm saying.
They didn't turn that into something like they didn't use Pac. They didn't try to, when Pac died, no party. You know what I'm saying?
No, they didn't want association. They don't want to be associated with that because if he was associated with the Black Panther Party, they would have said that Tupac was more of a communist or a socialist than any of that. And that's what I'm saying. And the same thing they would say about me when I say, I think everybody should have a loaf of bread. Look at how you think. I'm thinking like a regular person would think. Now we get into the demographics of why or why not. But if you're a regular person, you think that everybody should be okay. I want everybody to have a decent house. I want all kids to sleep under a warm blanket. I want everybody to have a full stomach. I want all these different things. Oh, you're a socialist. I'm not a socialist. I believe in.
I got so many comments. Hold on, Top Cat. Like, Dorsey, what does your mom having a PhD got to do with anything? Dorsey said my mom had a PhD and she taught for 40 years. She was more intelligent than Kirk. What degree did Charlie Kirk? Who said he had Dorsey? Who, like, what? That's such like you moving the goalposts. Like, that's a straw man, Dorsey. Nobody said Charlie Kirk was smarter than your mom. Like, what? Like, what, Dorsey? What? Like, I like, what, nigga? I'm confused. And then H Buster got a question for you, Top Cat. He says, not H Buster. It's hold on, who the fuck is it? It wasn't H Buster. It's Timothy. Says, I don't get it. You talking about slavery and you weren't there, so you have no skin in the game for slavery.
That is the dumbest shit I done heard all night. I'm going to laugh real quick. Ha, 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 ha. My skin is the result of fucking slavery. Now, remember that when you're saying dumbass shit. You know what I mean? My skin is the result of slavery. Talking about I ain't got no skin in the game. And let me tell you something. My grandfather was born in 1900. His father was a slave. If there was reparations right now, I would get them. So, yes, I do have skin in the game. Everybody doesn't, but you happen to be talking to one that does. So I don't know what you're talking about. My grandfather actually worked in the damn cotton fields down in Georgia, okay? Right next to, he was older and worked when James Brown was a kid working in the cotton fields, okay? When he was 16 years old, he left out. His father was a slave. He left out and fought in World War I and World War II. My family's been involved in every fucking situation of violence and war in the United States history.
Dorsey, did somebody, with all due respect, did your mom die in the way that Charlie Kirk passed? Or is your mom, still around, because you saying if he wasn't rich and had limited fame, would you really give a damn?
Yeah, I feel him on that. I get his point.
I'm just gonna be real. I can honestly say yeah, because this is what I do over here. How many people that's not been famous that we've covered getting shot? How many school shootings have we covered over here? How many church shootings have we covered over here? So yeah, I would have covered it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Especially if it ended up being an FBI cover-up and you could tell it was an FBI cover-up. Yeah, I would have continued to cover it. So I can say it. I can say I would have gave a damn if he wasn't rich with limited fame. But I don't know, Dorsey. A lot of people might say no.
And I'm going to push back on that, too, when somebody says you don't have skin in the game and the results. Just like I just said, I just proved how I had skin in the game, and that means that my children and everything are still being affected by those situations. That's what a person will say real quick when they speak on the political ploy of people look like me in this country. So
Folks,
we go
my bad, Dorsey. I don't mean my bad, Top Cat. I just got to let folks know. I have covered other cases on this channel right here for over a year. So before y'all say Charlie Kirk is, I've covered other cases for over a year. I'm just putting that out there. Go ahead, Dorsey. I mean, Top Cat, my bad. Excuse.
You've been, man, Kirk came up. You were on some other stuff way before then, brother. I hope people need to acknowledge that just happened. Why would you be sitting up here just only on him like you riding his little red nuts the whole fucking time? Hell no. And nobody been worried about Charlie Kirk that much until he got ambushed. Now, what I'm saying on this point is when you look at the plight of politically and physically that people that look like me have been in this country, because he had his remark, because, you know, that's that same ass bullshit remark. Well, go from slavery to Willie Lynch to civil rights to civil discord. Those are the situations that people that look like me are still in. There hasn't been no relative point of us being considered equal or treated equal. And that bootstrap shit that people keep talking about, like these things aren't still happening, it's proven in society and written down in every single mark. So that's why I be saying when people say stuff like that, like I don't want to have a definite opinion because you might be young and stupid. You really don't understand what happened when the three strikes laws came out. You really don't understand when the war on drugs came out. You really don't understand what happened when they crushed all these parties in the 70s and 60s. You don't really understand. That's why I'm saying you don't have no skin in the game. We are the results of this. These things have been hid from everybody else. You live in your Orange County, Santa Monica, different lives, and you're not understanding what's going on when it comes to people being politically displaced, getting no justice in no forms. When they're sitting up here talking about this immigrant situation, I'm sorry if y'all are pissed off. Kiss the soft part of my ass. I don't give a fuck. All these people that are sitting up there pissed off about getting kicked out this country right now got moved here so that people that look like me don't get jobs.
They said Texas and California was Mexico.
Yeah, it was New Spain too. They were already fighting their own war before anybody came over here. Spain had already took over these, and then the Caballeros. They're forgetting about the Indians here that was fighting with both of them. There was a bunch of entities over here fighting, and who came over here and cleared this bitch out? They were called Buffalo Soldiers. They came and cleared this out and made this what it was. And then they got their ass kicked, sent back, couldn't fight in wars, only dug latrines while people talking about skin in the game. That cleared the West. They're the ones that the Indians said, oh, they're the soldiers. They couldn't. Spain was still getting their ass whooped by these Comanches and different stuff that was running around here. The United States soldiers was getting their ass whooped too. They had to get the best trackers, the best everything to come over here and run this damn West with the least amount of scoundrels and everything. Came over here because they thought that they had a new life promised for them and they were willing to deal with the natives. No, and they were respected and looked at as fierce fighters. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, the Alamo. The Alamo, one fucking building. Who the fuck cleared out the whole West? Okay, we made all these damn shit so these people can have these things. Then got their ass whooped, beat, and Willie lynched and couldn't vote and were considered not citizens. While we're talking about skin in the game. These are ancestors, relatives. This shit is not that far back. And everybody keep acting, that's because you're so damn selfish. It's not that far back. Your grandparents and your great-grandparents were affected by this. The same people that you see sitting around. So that's why I'm saying, I get what people are saying because you're not affected by it. You haven't seen it, man. You was playing, Nintendo was out your whole life. I'm saying you don't remember when there wasn't that to concentrate on. You were really concentrating on if you could go to school today because somebody might beat your motherfucking ass half to death and the police don't give a damn. I understand what people are saying because you are living free. You're living a better life than anybody has ever lived. Well, we're still living a terrible one, and Charlie Kirk ain't changing that shit. So it don't work for me. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Kirk was famous or probably had a platform when George Floyd died. It changed for George Floyd, not a goddamn thing. He was using his free speech. I can't breathe. And what they do, cut his fucking free speech off. When we're talking about skin in the game, that's what I'm saying. Yes, everybody is going through this. I know some white brothers of mine that's been through some things that are terrible too. But when we look at the multiple amount and we look at the classification of the whole United States, who they turned their back on and push people into certain situations, and then those people make these great civil pulling up by their bootstraps, make these big ass gains on this country and change things, and everybody else usurps it and becomes famous off of it. And that's what I see Kirk have done. You usurped it. You're not over there in those other political ploy positions. You're not in Abraham Lincoln's position. You're not. What are you finna really start that's new? You're pressing somebody else's platform. Now you know the algorithm. You young. You're doing that. So yeah, you got put in that position. But you as a person, what the hell do you really know? Do you really know about, like, oh, I got married, I'm a Catholic, I know this, I know. You don't know shit. You really don't know shit. The people that you are around are basically obligating you to the thoughts that you even have. Why would you even have that thought? Why you ain't just running around on some Bruce Springsteen shit? Why are you in that suit? Most people your age, you know you're not cool to be in that suit. You're getting looked at because you're in the suit. You chose the opposite ploy for every single thing that went on and put yourself there to be a target. Now, when you do that, everybody does it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does it that steps in those positions. You got the worst of it. That's sad. It's not nothing new to me. We get the worst of it every single time. And there's so many people that have pushed things forward. And I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about Mexican people. I'm talking about everybody that's had their political ploys and people that are famous in their community. They're not getting this justice. They're not getting nobody digging into it. So it kind of, I'm not mad at Candace, but it's kind of, when we say cold case, there's 150 cold cases sitting back there that your ass could be looking into about the people that let you speak how you can speak today. Not Charlie Kirk sitting up here being mad at Israel when I didn't sat on this channel myself and told you how many truths about Israel. All this stuff is coming out, 4 months after I told y'all all this? So I'm saying, is he really something? Yes, you're completely right, Flood. It's all about his social platform. It's all about the things that he has done to put himself in that position. Him, himself, you're 1 + 1. You're only 2. You're not no multi-million, and you know what I'm saying, when it comes to what you know or your actual experiences, you keep taking your asses to them college. Going in there and looking like you playing basketball with them boys and shit. Keep doing all these political ploys. Go around and start kissing babies and shit. That's cool. They're going to martyr you. Great. You know what I'm saying? But you're riding on a wave that's not the same. Just like the LBGT stuff, they rode on a wave that wasn't there. Just like the feminism stuff, it rode on a wave that you should have been included in the beginning. If these are civil liberties and civil rights, why do you need to be more special? So Charlie Kirk came out. What made him special? White patty. It was something that somebody else could relate to. He was like the political Eminem. Like, ain't nobody else like him. He's a wild guy out here. What I seen going on with that, you know what I mean? So that's why I say it don't affect me. Eminem didn't affect me. You know what I mean? He was good, you know, all that, but he didn't change rap for me. There's already guys that were that good. That's just my point on that. You know what I mean? So I understand everybody's gonna have their individual thought on it, but I've seen this before. Medgar Evers, the lady died way later. We know she lied and whatever. She should have been put in an electric chair. Look at what she put the whole United States through. And she got to die a peaceful death in her sleep. Okay, where is the real justice? You know what I'm saying, when it comes to these different situations. Now we got her motherfucking ass sitting up there fighting for Charlie Kirk. He's my personal friend and all that. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I did Candace on certain subjects and certain ones I don't. But I'm sick of us always jumping up for those situations, but nobody's jumping up for us. And when they do jump up for us, it's like a dead fucking puppy on the ground. Like, oh, you don't treat the little black bastard terrible like that. You're not a good person. God isn't going to like you. Like we're not even human still. He just spoke on it, talking about what skin do I got in the game. You're really that fucking stupid? to tell a black man what skin he got in the game? Black man? That's really not that smart. Whether you're black, whoever the fuck said it, you really need to go look at the mirror and think about it. What skin do you got in the game? This is the skin, dumbass. I don't have no reason to be here. I don't have no reason to be talking to you. If you feel guilty about that, then be mad at your damn self. Stop buying pets. Yeah, I'm after dark, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm over here ranting a little bit, but yeah.
Hell yeah. We finna get up out of here, Tom Cat. We're gonna be back in the morning. I'm gonna give a couple more people a chance to call in.
Yeah, all right, y'all. And y'all can be mad at me, man. I'm still gonna fucking fuck with y'all. And Matt and y'all chill out, man. We've been, bust this shit. We've been chilling like a motherfucker, man. Y'all don't start getting into it and shit. I'm all, because I'm always talking my shit.
All right, Top Cat.
There's nothing else left. All right, man, 100.
What? See, that's the thing. Y'all said Charlie Kirk said some wild shit. I mean, what you want me to say to that? Like, shit, what do you want me to say to that? People probably think I say wild shit. It kind of is what it is. I'm from the South, like straight up. That shit is what it is with me. If people want to support it, people want to champion it, let them do it. Shit, if people don't like it, people hate it, shit, let them hate it. I mean, what you eat don't make me shit. It don't. I'm just going to keep it real. But we can say that at that funeral, they got thousands, probably tens of thousands of sign-ups, voter registration. Everyone needs to be respected, Dorsey. Yes, black women need to be respected. Everyone needs to be respected, Dorsey. I don't know what y'all want me to say. Like, shit, I get disrespectful to everybody. I got equal smoke for all you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Black, white, dark, bright, male, female. Shit, as long as you ain't no damn kid, I got smoke for your ass, man. And if you a kid, I got smoke for your parents, because why the hell is you acting like that? What is you doing? Straight up. I don't know what y'all want me to say. Shit, yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm not one to judge shit. I get on here every fucking night and run my mouth about all kind of situations. Yeah, cussing people out, congratulating them. What you want me to say? Shit, fuck it. I'm running with what? Right now, DMV, we waiting on somebody to call in. I'm trying to take one more call in before we call it a night. Carlos, matter of fact, I got some smoke for you right now, Carlos. Since you said that, Carlos, you stuck your damn foot in your mouth. original clip, Carlos. You lucky. I found this one. No, you lucky I can't find the original clip, Carlos, because I got some smoke for you. I was trying to tell you this shit was going on.
Listen up, guys. There's a major issue brewing right now in California's elections, and it's time you start paying attention to it. San Joaquin County Sheriff Patrick Withrow just dropped a bombshell in a press conference, exposing how their voter registration system is wide open to fraud and abuse. He says it's an honor system where anyone, even from outside the country like Pakistan, can register, check a box, and get a ballot mailed to them. No real checks, no ID, just a click. And once you're on the voter rolls, you're getting a ballot for every single election. Sheriff Witherow's team just found records showing non-residents and even non-citizens casting ballots. Plus, people are voting across county lines. But here's the bigger deal and the bigger reason why you got to start paying attention to it. He's warning this could actually rig Governor Newsom's Proposition 50. You know.
Yeah, I gotta find the actual clip though, Carlos. I have it for you in the morning, so be here in the motherfucking morning, Carlos, and be ready to call in because I'm gonna have that damn press conference for you. Go ahead, Top Cat.
All right, I just have something to say. Cause I've been on my phone, man. I ain't been able to look at the comments, so I guess DB ain't been in there, slandering my name a little bit. And I was just saying, man, I get on here, man. I don't think it's not brave for me. I used to be an entertainer. I don't have a problem with speaking in front of folks at all, man. So if you shy like that or whatever, I ain't trying to push you in that end. But if you call me,
thank you, Sunset.
And Sunset, you definitely can come to the party. What are you talking about? The barbecue cracking. Everybody eats when they come to my barbecue. I'm blind when it comes to shit in regular. We're talking about social and political positions. So I'm saying a person in the comment, DB, he called me an idiot. He called me a racist. He called me a whole bunch of different things. And this is how I am. I say it to people's face, you know what I'm saying? Basically, if you have anything like that to say, I'm not upset about anything. You know what I mean? I told you to kiss my ass from the gate. I don't give a damn. But if you have that to say, back that shit up. Like Juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Back your shit up. You know what I'm saying? Get on here. Say why Top Cats are racist. Say why. Prove your position. But don't just run up there saying I'm this and I'm that because you don't know my situation personally at all. You don't know me personally at all. I'm far from a racist. You know what I mean? But I do understand the position of where I sit in society. The things that I talk about nobody comes to my house and doesn't get offered a drink or food or they get put in a different position. Everybody, when they come around Top Cat, feels safe. So if you feel like I'm racist because of different positions, because of the person that I am, that is your right. I have nothing to say about it. All I can say is if you're going to slander somebody or say something, be willing to hop your monkey ass up here, your monkey leather ass up here, and say what the fuck you got to say. Other than that, use a buster. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? On my book, you can have your opinions, but shit, that's kind of busted. If I call you an idiot, I'm willing to back it up. That's the whole reason I'm even on this channel. Is because somebody was willing to call me out, and I was like, oh, shit, you think I won't get up here? Who the hell you think you're talking to? And I've made some good friends because of it. So maybe we'll wind up being cool. But if you got any cojones, your ass on up here and say why Top Cats are racist or say why I'm an idiot. I would love to hear it. That was it, Plug.
All right, Top Cat. Top Cat said y'all better call in, man. We'll take one more call in. Dorsey, they said Dorsey said, Dorsey, what they said, man. I ain't gonna say it out loud. Dorsey, they got you in the YouTube streets bad. I don't think you said it over here, Dorsey. All right, you found it, Carlos. Send it to me in the Discord so I can play it. Send it to me in the Discord, Carlos, and I'll play it right quick before we leave. And you can call in the morning. So, I had seen it. I hadn't seen that press conference, but I seen when they was talking about you can click a box that say, when you register to vote, like, are you a citizen? You just register online. It's all online, and you just click a bubble and shit you at the door. Let me see. Maybe I can find it on Twitter right quick. I can probably find it on X faster than YouTube. What's his name? Patrick Withrow. Here we go, yeah. Yeah, Carlos, I'm gonna play a little bit of it now. I should have surprised you in the morning, but I didn't want to be like that. I'll be fair.
Anomalies that citizen that called the meeting with us pointed out. They noticed that there were about 93 people that were registered to vote or on the voter rolls. Whether they cast a ballot or not, I to get into that. Just the fact that they were on the voter rolls with the birth date of 1850. So 232 people registered to vote with an address to our local prisons. There were 4,144 people that were 90 years old and older. There were 125 people registered to vote or on the voter rolls that were registered to, or their address comes back to nonprofit, NGOs, and different businesses. There were 300 people, approximately 300 people with no first name, just the last name. There were about 110 people that were possibly double voters, basically the same name, date of birth, address, but two different voter ID numbers.
Call from
Dorsey. Voter registered to vote at various shelters and all that. And we even found one person on the voter rolls by the name of Jesus Christ, which we found it kind of interesting.
What's going on, Plug?
Hold on.
That there's
wrongdoing
or anything like that, but that does indicate to us that we kind of need to take a closer look at what our voting system is looking like out there. And we're working closely with the Register of Voter. We've brought up these issues with her, and she's addressing those on her end, and we're kind of developing a plan, because our ultimate goal is to restore people's faith in the voting system. And so, we're creating a relationship with her. And a lot of times people come to us and they say, hey, what can we do? Well, my recommendation is create a relationship with the Register of Voter, with your local sheriff, with your board of supervisors, with your DA.
All right, what's up, Dorsey?
What's up, man? Hey, Top Cat, you was cooking. I'm giving you them props on that. Now, back to as far as Dorsey. Look, Dorsey ain't never disrespect no single moms. Hell, I married a couple of single moms. Okay? So whoever in the chat with this nonsense talking about I said something about single moms and all that, you ain't never, you can't even talk about I don't remember what show. I asked you, was it on Plug's show? And you said no. So my whole thing is if you can't remember, then you ain't got no proof of what I said. And any person, as far as female, they know Dorsey. Dorsey know. They know I will cuss their ass out. She still don't have shit to do with you being a single mom. I go on your ass about your character. As long as you're taking care of your kids properly and giving them the love and protection they need, Dorsey ain't got a damn thing to say against single moms. Now, crackhead mom, hey, that's a different story. But even Tupac said his mom was still a black queen. And I'm damn sure I ain't going to say nothing bad about black women because, first of all, Dorsey know what side of the toast is buttered. I ain't never, because if Dorsey get old, and I can always turn to a black woman who I can make key and ha-ha all night long. I don't know what they talking about. I'm a lot of things. But what I had to get, and I'm telling you this right now, Charlie Kirk said that black women weren't intelligent. He said that shit out his mouth. He said they didn't deserve them jobs. Even though they went and got PhDs and qualified for those federal jobs. Hey, Charlie Kirk, to some of y'all, he a hero. I ain't gonna take away from it because y'all found something about him that, I couldn't see. If it's about free speech, then okay, free speech. But I don't remember him saying anything about, in fact, Charlie Kirk was the one who talked about single moms in the black community. He's the one, but he ain't never said shit about all them single moms in the white community. Bill Clinton mom was a single mom, the one that was a nurse. It's in his autobiography. But you don't hear him going down talking about Bill Clinton, huh? Okay. Half the women in World War II became single moms while their men was out there fighting in the field. Half of Great Britain are single moms during World War II when them kids' dads died or was captured. All this, I don't call it misogyny, all this shit. I call it sexism. Women, y'all are the ones that produce life. Can't no man get pregnant and have no babies. So I don't know where these niggas get off thinking that they the shit. Because every person in here, out there, ever existed, they was raised by their mom. They was given birth to by a female. Now, I don't know about y'all. I got to lay in bed with somebody. I prefer it to be a female. Now, y'all do what the fuck y'all want, but you ain't gonna never hear Dorsey talk bad about no female. I might argue with him, but I damn sure ain't gonna talk shit about him. That's one thing that men need to wake the fuck up. Y'all with that bullshit. Some of you incels or whatever the fuck they is, nigga, you can't get a damn no pussy in a goddamn hoe house. Then you get mad because women have
all right, Dorsey.
standards.
Okay, Dorsey, you
I'm
doing
just saying,
too much
man,
now.
all this.
You doing too much.
Charlie Kirk was a damn a basher. He bashed women. Can't fuck with nobody who talk bad about women. Shit, I love women. Love women. Bye.
All right, Carlos. Wherever he from, man, that man up there at a press conference on KRCA 3. He up there at KCRA 3, which covers Sacramento, Stockton, and whoever. He got a sheriff patch on his arm. They're saying his name is Patrick Withrow. If you saying this isn't Patrick Withrow, maybe it's not. Regardless, that's where you find that clip on X. Search up Patrick Withrow. And or you go on KCRA3 on their channel and watch the clip, man. I'm just telling you how I found it. The man got a sheriff patch on his arm, man. I'm pretty sure he is sheriff some damn where, a sheriff deputy.
Should call it at this point, that occurred in Florida of a truck driver.
We're gonna ask we're gonna look through the Twitter thread and see if we can find it out. lost y'all on the chat. Where the hell is y'all at? Oh, here we go. Yeah, Dorsey said he got married a bunch of times, so that's his business, not mine. All right, well, yeah, Pat. I just asked the AI, was that Patrick Withrow, and it says yes. San Joaquin County Sheriff Patrick Withrow has served since 2019. So let me see. Let's see if this is actually him or if the AI is lying. So let's see. Let's try to fact check the AI right quick, chat. Where the hell is he at? Yeah, it look like him. It's a couple. I see a different dude that's Patrick Withrow too, but it is a picture of this dude here too. Yeah, it look like him. Alright, chat, if nobody gonna call in, we finna get up out of here, man. I'll see y'all in the morning, chat. Good night.